Race fans, buenas noches, and a very warm 3Y TV welcome to beautiful Mexico City. We are live for the first time in OSCA history from the historic Autódromo Hermanos Rodríguez for tonight's running of the Mexico 200, our third event of the 2026 Rio Grande Mexican Girl Cup Series, which will feature two 100-lap challenging 1 mile oval. Drivers will travel backwards down the front stretch through the famed stadium section before cutting back just before turn 11 of the Grand Prix circuit to complete the lap. I'm Cameron Rich here in the booth with Carlos Acosta, manning the cameras as always. Formula One fans will certainly recognize the circuit, which has hosted the Mexican Grand Prix across 3 different eras from 1962 to 1970, 1986 to 1992, and again since 2015. NASCAR also has a long history here. The O'Reilly Series raced annually at the venue from 2005 through 2008, with the inaugural 2005 event, making history as the first Premier Series NASCAR Series race to be held outside of the United States, and of which all drivers tonight will be featuring a paint scheme from. The track returned to the schedule last year as part of doubleheader weekend with the Cup Series, although that appearance appears to be a one-off after the race was not added on the 2026 calendar. The facility has also been home to the NASCAR Mexico Series since its inaugural season in 2004. Last week at the Auto Club Speedway, Team Fenceline Motorsports continued their perfect start to the season with Austin Beers and Eric Ziegel each capturing a victory. The short track standouts have shown tons of speed early on and will likely be tough to beat again tonight. The question is, can anyone challenge the new kids on the block? Things Designs Racing has emerged as perhaps the most improved team so far this season, while Redux Racing will be looking to rebound after a difficult start to their campaign. And you saw the track facts on the screen there. This is a oval circuit. It's not a perfect shaped oval. It's a pretty wonky one. We got curbs that actually cross across the track there because we're on the Grand Prix circuit there. Weather looks good though, 75 degrees outside and partly cloudy skies. Normal stuff for Mexico City. We're about 7,000 and change elevation. 7,000 feet change elevation. So the downforce will not be working as well as it normally would be tonight. Engine power will be a little bit reduced, but either way, it should be a good race. Your points are on the screen there. Austin Beers, we talked about him, 120 points on the season. He has 2 wins and a second place, so not much better of a start you can have than that. James Watson, Zach Evans, Eric Ziegel, Dylan Thomas in the top 5 there. Adam Peeler, Daniel Gore, your 3-time reigning series champion, all the way on 7th right now. And Noah Brown in 8th, Ty McIntosh 9th, and 10th is Dallas Myhan. So definitely those Redux cars need a bit of a rebound tonight. They've been struggling all season long, and that's only 3 races at this point. But we'll go ahead and get your starting grid rolling there. Darren Staff is your pole sitter next to Austin Beers, who was fastest in practice. Noah Brown, Beers' best friend probably, he starts 3rd next to Dylan Gooden in position number 4. Daniel Gore starts in 5th next to Ty McIntosh, so an all Redux row here for row number 3. Gilberto Javier Gomera in position number 7 next to Thomas Capuano in position number 8. 9th place is going to be Kyden Jones next to Neil Rutt in the number 66 machine. 11th place is going to be Zach Evans in the beautiful number 6 car. I believe that was Jorge Getters that drove that car. I'll have to look at my list here, but he starts next to David Westergreen in 12th. 13th place is James Watson in the 39 next to Eric Ziegel in the number 55. It's a inverse of Ty McIntosh's car, if you'll notice. Dave Carpenter starts in position number 15 next to Sam Boutwell in 16th. 17th is going to be Ray Bracey in the number 7 Bojo machine next to Ty Alkus in the number 89. Position number 19 is Dylan Thomas in the famed AC Delco inspired paint scheme next to Dallas Myhan in the 78. Aaron Evans starts in lucky 21st position there next to Adam Peeler in the 27 machine. Patrick Hayhe rolls off in 23rd next to Dave Huckleberry in 24th. And making his first OSCA start of the season is OSCA daddy Tim Conrad in the 35 next to Nate Hall. And both of these drivers did not set a time. So 100 laps here tonight on this flat 1 mile oval. It's going to be a race for sure. So we don't really know how that's going to go. It could be a good race. It could be one of the races of all time in iRacing. So we'll have to definitely wait and see. But definitely Austin Beers, he starts in 2nd place. He was fastest in practice. He's your Wheeling Modified Tour champion from 2025. So he's used to racing on tracks like this. I would expect that 19 car to be extremely fast tonight, and kind of maybe extend his points lead, or at least not lose any points to the cars behind him, though. But he is starting there on the outside. And one thing you will notice is there's a grass strip on the front stretch, which we're about to get to, that separates the track from the wall. And also the pit entry here is extremely difficult to get into. So definitely will be a challenge for these drivers to see how they navigate that. Visibility is tough too. There is the stadium off into the turns 1 and 2 end of the racetrack, and there's trees through turns 3 and 4 here. So definitely it is going to be a tough race for these drivers. Green flag is out. Bit of a stack up there in the back, but I think here at the front, good start for both Beers and Staff. Beers is actually going to get the runs through 1 and 2. On that outside lane, he cuts down in front of the 45. Now the battle is for, it looks like that's going to be for 4th. Dylan Gooden and Daniel Gore going at it right now. Gore on the inside, Gooden on the outside. I think Gooden should have the advantage here, or excuse me, Gore should have the advantage, but this outside line surprisingly does work pretty well at this track with having 0 banking corners and just perfectly flat all the way around. So we see some 3 wide there in the back. That's about the, I want to say that's about the 14th, 13th-ish position there. Dave Carpenter there on the inside. He is followed by, visibility is a little bit tough with those trees and everything in the way there, so we can't really see everything that's going on, but there is the 9 of David Westergreen making a move on the inside of Gilberto Javier Gomera. Right now, these drivers just kind of trying to feel their cars out and get the tires warmed up. Really, Gomera in the grass just a little bit, but no harm, no foul for him. There is a runoff that you can use, which the F1 car is actually, that is the runoff they use out of the last corner. So you can use that to kind of swing your arc down into the corner a little bit and make it a wider entry. So probably will be seeing that all race used by these drivers here. But up at the front, Austin Beers still leading by about 3/10 over Darren Staff. Daniel Gore there in 3rd, followed by his teammate Noah Brown, and then followed by his teammate again, Ty McIntosh. So Redux cars having a bit of a better run so far than they've been able to muster up this season. And Darren Staff's looking pretty racy right now. I think he's all over the back of that number 19. Wants to probably make a move for the lead. He is going to try. We'll see if he's successful. It's hard to make the move here. And that little curb that you see as they cross over to the oval section, it does upset the car just a little bit. So on board here with Staff. See that he's actually still using the Formula style rim, so I would say it's the correct track to run at that, but just not the correct type of car. Austin Beers kind of floating that car through the corner, and you can see he's probably going to get, he gets a good run off, about the same as Darren Staff at this moment. Kind of starting to string out single file here just a little bit. First battle for position looks to be a little bit further on back. Thomas Capuano actually was looking to try to get around Noah Brown on the outside. Not going to be able to do that just yet. Then there is Neil Rutt on the bottom battling with Dylan Gooden. Gooden has lost a few spots already. Five positions lost, and potentially going to lose more if he cannot get that under control. But here comes Capuano on the inside of Noah Brown. Also, Ty McIntosh, we have a caution on the racetrack somewhere. Actually, see what happened. I believe it might be the... Oh, there's Zach Evans and Sam Boutwell involved there. See a ton of damage, but we'll have to see what the replay shows. Coming through... Would be going into turn number 3. Ziegel cuts down in front of Zach. Zach just kind of loses it, and then unfortunately Boutwell around. There was Watson involved, a couple other cars that were swinging their way through the wreck there. No camera for Zach this week, it looks like, but just yeah, I think it could be that. And I don't think he was expecting that number 55 of Ziegel to cut down like he did there. But we'll go on board with him. And yeah, he just the rear end steps out, and thankfully not a whole lot of damage, I think, in any of these cars. They should be absolutely fixable. James Watson just nowhere to go, gets kind of pitched into the wall, and some front-end contact with Bojo there, Ray Bracey. Going over with Dylan Thomas here, we'll see what he saw, because he was definitely a later addition to the wreck, and right there you can see they just kind of block the track almost a little bit, and you know, no banking to kind of swing the cars to anywhere on the track. They just kind of spin and kind of stick in the way there. So it's just something you kind of expect at these flat racetracks, and definitely I think everyone should be more or less fine for the time being. Shouldn't have any lap cars, so it should be a pretty quick caution. But let's go ahead and talk some track facts here. If you look closely, another thing F1 fans would definitely know here, but in turns 1 and 2, which is the last corner on the Grand Prix track, we're actually going through 3 and 4 right now, but there is a baseball stadium there, and I don't believe that there has been any games played since around 2015 or thereabouts, but the stadium still stands, and it is a fixture on the F1 version of the track, really the Grand Prix version, more apt to say. They run a cut. They cut through that part, and then they come back out into the last corner to go down the front stretch here. And the front stretch here is extremely long. You see some of the highest speeds on the F1 calendar at this racetrack due to the high elevation and the fact that they run turbocharged engines. So they're not so much affected by the atmospheric conditions as, say, NASCAR cars would be. They are definitely a lot more affected here with the 7,000, I believe it's 7,500 feet elevation. So even higher than Denver, which is about 5,000 feet. So this is a pretty high city in the world. Real quick recap of the top 10. Austin Beers leads Darren Staff, Daniel Gore, Thomas Capuano, and Noah Brown. We heard them having some words for each other over the radio just a minute ago. Ty McIntosh 6th, Kynan Jones 7th, Neil Rudd 8th, Dylan Gooden is 9th, and Eric Ziegel is 10th. Should be seeing the pace car pull off here and get some more green flag racing for you. Austin Beers chooses the outside lane here, which no surprise there. I think that's probably going to be what we see just about all night. The outside line in turn number 1 is very strong. You can kind of drive it in there and swing the corner out a little bit more than the inside there. But a great restart for him. Aaron Staff caught sleeping a little bit on this restart. We'll see if he loses the spot to Thomas Capuano. Not so fast. Thomas Capuano looking pretty fast himself right now. He's kind of been the straggler of the team fence line group, way down in the points situation. Has had some bad luck and did some incidents, but what a time, what a race to be able to rebound and do something about the season right here at a essentially what I would call a short. It's a mile oval, but it races kind of like a short track. You see a battle a little bit further on back. That's Dallas Myhan and Neil Rutt going at it for the 8th position. Excuse me, that is not Dallas Myhan. That was Dylan Gooden. My apologies. Dallas Myhan a few cars back from this. And then the 55 of Eric Ziegel, he wants them to figure it out. We have 3 wide up at the front of the field somewhere. Thomas Capuano was yelling over the radio here, but Darren Staff under fire from Daniel Gore here into turn number 1. Daniel Gore's going to drive it in and slide up just a little bit and see if he can make the pass. It's going to be hard because that outside line just is so good and not quite yet. Work on the inside. Darren Staff is hanging that car right on his right rear corner. It is where he needs to be right now, but I think Daniel Gore is going to make the move here off of turn number 4. Yes, he does, and now Darren Staff loses the position to Thomas Capuano. So -2 spots for Darren Staff on that lap. Not what you want to see as a driver, but either way, he needs to just get himself back in the rhythm and get himself going again on board here with Gore. 0.6 of a second already behind race leader Austin Beers. And I was talking to Daniel before the race. He said he was not too ecstatic about his chances at this racetrack just because of the fact that Austin Beers, this is kind of his bread and butter, you know, with the Whelen Modified Tour. They run a lot of flat tracks, a lot of 1-mile tracks, and this is just kind of what he does in real life. But either way, This is not real life. These are cup cars, which neither Gore nor Beers have ever raced for real. And the cards are all on the table right now for all of these drivers. So seems stringing out just a little bit there, a little bit further on back. That's Dylan Thomas looking below. That was I believe that's the 78 of Dallas Myhand. Similar looking cars when you look at the front view of them, but here comes Ty Alkus on the inside of Patrick Hahey trying to make a move. He's going to probably get that position made, I would have to assume. Patrick Hahey, he's got a car blinking in front of him, but a bit of a wad of cars here behind Dylan Thomas, and that's the fight for 13th place on back, really 13th on back to about 24th position, all in a bit of a wad there. Lap 16, so these lap times about 30 seconds and change a lap. Ooh, Hahey in the wall there. It's not going to hurt him too terribly much. There is a bit of a high line here just on account of the flat banking here, but on board here with Aaron Evans. See what he can do with Dallas Myhand. You see Aaron Evans, he's swatting flies in there, trying to keep that car under control. The wheel movements back and forth, back and forth. He is certainly driving that thing, and I gotta think that if we go green, that kind of driving style is going to wear those front tires out. It's probably going to be a little bit pushy, tight, or whatever you want to call it after that. So probably wants to cool that down just a little bit if we get the long run here. But either way, yeah, Beers, Gore, Capuano, and staff have established a little bit of a breakaway there from Noah Brown and company behind. Starting to see some kind of packs here. Daniel Gore has caught Austin Beers by about a tenth of a second a lap, but the lap times between them are extremely close. It's going back and forth. One driver will be a tenth quicker, one driver will be a tenth slower, and they're kind of just trading lap times at the moment. But right now, just kind of doing what they can do. Not a lot of passing opportunities here. Just you got to kind of this is a rhythm racetrack, as most flat tracks are, and we see all these drivers starting to use that runoff there into turn number 1, the F1 runoff for their last corner, and just trying to get that extra swing out wide line in there to get some speed. So you gotta be careful with that. If you do it wrong, you will hit the wall and it will destroy your car. We have a caution. That's Dallas Myhand there in the 78. He has spun around.
We did have some drivers entering pit road. Nate Paul was in pit road when that happened. Oh,
Dallas got into the wall, and then Ty Alkus decided he wanted to join the wreck. So interesting. Interesting there that Ty did not decide to just go to the inside of Dallas there, but maybe slid up there. He hit the curb. You can see that, and then just around the 78 goes. Not going to be too much damage on that. I don't think that he's going to have to worry about.
I don't know. I thought he hit that wall that sticks out, but I think he just overcooked it.
Yeah, it definitely looks that way. And then almost into the side of Patrick Hahey there was the 89. So just a bad luck situation for Dallas Myhand, and obviously got into the wall, but you don't expect a car to drive up into your left rear when that happens either. So see some pit stops here. Daniel Gore, Darren Staff deciding to come down pit road. I think right now it's just those two. I see Patrick Hahey in the back is coming down as well. I believe that's Aaron Evans. Some strategy being played here. I think maybe Daniel Gore just deciding he's not liking that set of tires on the car, or wants to try something different, because if you do the same thing as Austin Beers all race, you're probably not going to be able to pass him. So either way, yeah, we'll see. Daniel Gore is going to win that race off pit road. Darren Staff beats the 48 of Aaron Evans, I believe. It was close, but unfortunately that is going to put those drivers back in about the 21st position on back. So if Daniel Gore thought he had a tough time with Austin Beers, he is going to have a tougher time with passing 20 or so cars in front of him, which, should be easier, made a little bit easier on account of the new tires, but we have not really seen anybody do that so far in this race, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes here. But the pace truck not pulling off this lap. I think it'll flip the lights off next time around. Nate Hall looks like he has actually decided to retire his car, or he's getting damage fixed. He's got a lot of right rear damage on the car. Let me see what happened to him. Actually, looks like he...
One green.
Big hit for Nate Hall. And I think that, yes, he actually got a meatball, so he is not technically retired just yet. He is getting that car fixed, but looks like he just didn't know the corner was there, and then the car just kind of hit the wall with a ton of force, and fortunate for him, that car was very beautiful before it did that. Look at it real quick. Yeah, we see the big hit happened there already, and just, ow! Big broadside hit. I got to think that he just didn't see the corner coming, and there she went. But either way, having another restart here. Second caution of the night on lap number... My timing scoring has decided to go a little bit crazy here, but we are on lap number 22. Teammates on the front row, Beers and Capuano, so I'm going to assume... Nope, we're getting one more lap of caution here. Race control has decided that Ty Alkus is going to get an EOL for something. I would have to assume probably being the cause of the caution there.
Yeah, because Dallas overshot the corner. That's not in question, but that in itself wouldn't have brought up the caution. What brought up the caution was Ty, I think, maybe also following Dallas a little too closely and slid up into him.
Shout out in the chat to Wolf Gaming Network 3542 saying this track is so flat it makes New Hampshire look like Bristol. So yeah, absolutely. It is completely flat, 0 degrees of banking in any of these corners here. So definitely is the flattest track we will be racing at on this season. And we actually will be coming back here later on. Next time we come here, we will be racing the oval layout with the stadium section as well. So a bit of a hybrid road course oval combination, which should be really fun to see. And well, I see that all of our throwback paint schemes have decided to go away, and they're back. So
I don't think Trading Paints is on the second computer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that right now.
Trading Paint's doing a little bit of a weird thing. We've had some technical issues here, but green flag out once again. Great restart. No surprise there for Austin Beers. He shoots out into the lead, and will be followed by battle for second, Kynan Jones and Thomas Capuano. Kynan on the outside line there. He's going to try to take that run down the back stretch. Oh, caution. Oh, big wreck there. I see Huckleberry involved. Dallas Myhand. Say Tim Conrad was involved too. So a couple of the cars immediately coming back to the pits. Conrad is there. Saw something happen to in a war as well. Back in the pack there. Looks like, Boutwell and Conrad got into it. Dallas Myhan locked down the brakes and just stopped. Got around it that way. Board here with the Huck Financial car, and I can't really tell if Conrad came down or Huck came up. I'd say that probably a bit of both there, but definitely looked like, look at it one more time, I would have to say that was maybe more on the 35 of Conrad. We'll see what race control decides there. These corners are so wide that it is, well, Dana Gore back there as well. Stadium is blocking our view of that wreck just a little bit. Dana Gore was on the very bottom of the racetrack, and I think he got around it, no damage. Yep. Maybe a little bit of front end damage for the 45 of Staff, who was also behind there, but Tim Conrad Not racing for points tonight. He might just call it a night here in half number 1. And Race Control is deeming that on the fault of the 35 of OSCA Daddy Tim Conrad, so he did get the EOL, but inconsequential to him. He is already in the pits, so not going to matter too much for that. We have Kind of Jones asking Race Control to review the last restart, which don't really have a restart zone at this racetrack, not per se, not to the iRacing standards, where you would have the Geico restart zone and have the pop-up of everything that shows you what you need to do. So this is kind of a Race Control discretionary thing. Real quick, we'll track the top 10. We should get those pace truck lights to flip off, and sure enough...
1 to green.
1 to green, yep. So, Kind of Jones actually being shown as the leader now, but I think that was just at the caution. I believe it should be Austin Deers. Followed by Kind of Jones, Thomas Capuano 3rd, 4th is Noah Brown, 5th Eric Ziegel, 6th Ty McIntosh, 7th Dylan Gooden, Dylan Thomas in 8th, David Westergreen 9th, and James Watson back there in 10th. So, 3rd caution of the night. It's not been the cleanest one, but it has. We have had some green flag racing nonetheless. We're working lap 27 of 100, so we're almost a third of the way through this first half. Flicking there just a little bit.
I had to stop
good, all good. Pace truck is in. Field's in the hands of Austin Deers, who takes the inside line for this restart. He'll be right in front of his teammates. Teammates, actually. Thomas Capuano and Eric Ziegel. Great restart for him there. Shoots off into turn number 1 again, and it's like it might be a team fence line of 1, 2, 3 here in just a moment. Noah Brown made a big move on the inside of Kind of Jones there, was not able to complete the pass. That would have been an absolutely insane, massive wreck had that actually he stuffed it 3 wide there. So using the better judgment there, Noah Brown. Turns 3 and 4 here. Austin Deers has led them all up to this point, just about. There's Eagle look on the inside of Kind and Jones there. That's for 3rd, a little bit further on back. Battle between Dylan Thomas and Ty McIntosh. Ooh, wreck there in the back. Daniel Gore involved. I see Ray Bracey. Gilberto Javier Gamero was involved as well. Working our way back to the caution. And, check the replay on this one, because I don't know what happened. Daniel Gore off into the corner. Oh. Need to see another replay of that one because the feed froze right when it happened. See, Daniel Gore makes the move down into turn 1, and the 47 just decides that he's not going to give any room there, I think, and Daniel Gore... Yep, just kind of it's the little iRacing hook effect, and I think yep, that car is smoking now. So Daniel Gore is going to be, I don't know if he has a meatball. He certainly does, so that's not going to be good news for him. 47 Sam Beltwell also with a meatball there.
Oh, he did get bumped.
Here with Ray Bracey, kind of a simultaneous wreck, really. They kind of both happened at the same time, and from behind, 99 of Gilberto Javier Gamera bumps the 7 around, and definitely not as much damage for those two cars as it was the 47 and 69. Go ahead and pull up Daniel Gore and see what he has to say about it. Well, Daniel, Cam in the booth, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
I hate to be talking to you in this situation again, but what happened from your perspective? That was looked like you guys got the iRacing glue, and then it just sent you into the wall, kind of right reared you.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he knew I was on new tires, but maybe he didn't. It doesn't make no sense. Why are you sticking so tight to a car that's clearly on new tires? And I'm just really frustrated right now. I don't know. He was blocking me down the straight, and then I went for the move. Next, I know I'm in the wall with 40 minutes of damage, so I'm out for this race.
Well, that definitely is unfortunate. What was the racing like out there? I mean, we've seen it's been a messy one at times. It's been strung out and single file at times. What was it like from the cockpit?
Well, it was really fun. The racing I got to do. That's about it. That didn't last long enough to really get too far into it. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen and the new tires would pay off, but it just sucks. Don't see no reason for a car and older tires. It's clearly slower to be fighting that hard, getting that close to me mid-corner. That's it.
No, definitely. But you have some time here to cool off and reset before half number 2. We are actually just at a third of the way through this one, so it's quite a bit of time there. But before we let you go, any sponsors or shout-outs?
Let's thank my team tonight. They're the ones that got to deal with the rest of this now, so hopefully they can do it.
Sure enough, and yeah, looks like definitely going to be a hard one out there tonight. But either way, yeah, we'll get our green rolling again. I'll drag you back down there and see you next race.
See ya.
All right, fortunate for Daniel Gore. Has had a difficult season up to this point, trying to retain his championship status here in the OSCA Cup Series. Right now, it is not looking that way, but a long season ahead. Green flag out once again. Another great restart for the 19 of Austin Beers. It's looking like he might be the car to beat at all night tonight. He's been great on the restarts, and he has been the fastest once they get him going as well. So kind of up to the rest of the field there. His teammate Thomas Capuano in second place. The best friend of both of those two, Noah Brown, he's in third, followed by Eric Ziegel. So Noah Brown, the Redux Racing lone wolf here, out in front. Ty Akatosh there a little bit further on back in 6th, and then Ray Bracey in 20th place for the Redux camp. So Noah Brown trying to carry that flag, and he is in a team fence line sandwich right now. So I think right now it's just Ty Alcas that's not up there at the front. He was involved in a wreck early on, back in the 11th position. Here's Darren Staff, another one of those cars that has the new tires on it, and he's up to the 9th position for a little bit more. Akatosh on the inside of Dylan Gooden, trying to get himself back into the top 5. Just so hard to make a pass here. Oh, we got a spinner. Yep, that's Dylan Thomas in the wall in turn 3. I'm not sure how that got caused, but he definitely got pitched sideways by somebody or something. And it might be the 39 of James Watson that was the culprit of that one. Carlos, our replay is getting worked out tonight. I mean, it's going to be strong and buff by the time race 1 is over. So let's ask the Magic 8 Ball replay what happened here, and sure enough,
too much beans?
I would call that a plunk. Looks like James just was not expecting the checkup there at that moment, and yep. Clear as day, a plunk. Aaron Staff did a good job of not getting himself in the wall. That could have definitely gone a lot worse for him. Too much damage on that 03. That was Definitely not that hard of a hit. Pow, right there. And no safer barriers at this racetrack. It is Jersey barriers in the corners. So, going to be hard hits for everyone. And our leaders are coming down pit road. There's Beers, saw Capuano as well. Noah Brown there. Neil Rutt, James Watson down, Ty Alkas, pretty much the whole field that didn't pit last time. So getting fuel and tires on these machines. James Watson technically wins the race off pit road, but he did take 2 tires, so he is going to get an EOL penalty. I would question that call. 2 tires when you're going to get an EOL, I'd probably just say put 4 on it and see what you can do there, but that also could be a handling call. If you're tight, typically putting 2 tires on the race car will loosen it up just a little bit. So definitely, you know, you definitely get tight conditions at tracks like this with no banking, flatter tracks. It can be hard to get the car through the corner, so that could just be a bit of a strategy call. But it looks like we have a couple cars that stayed out. A couple, several cars that stayed out actually. Dylan Gooden, Ty McIntosh, Darren Staff, Patrick Hahey, Aaron Evans, Adam Peeler, Dave Carpenter, Dallas Myhan, Zach Evans, Kynan Jones. I believe all these cars stayed out. Also seeing that Noah Brown took 2 tires, so he's going to be the first one on any sort of tires as we get rolling here. And then Austin Beers on back, all took 4. So the first car on any type of fresh tires back in position number 12. Pace track lights are off, so we'll be having our 5th restart of the night here. Let's get a re-rack of the top 10 real quick because it is different. Dylan Gooden, Ty McIntosh, Darren Staff, Aaron Evans, Patrick Hahey's your top 5. Adam Peeler, Dave Carpenter, Dallas Myhan, Kynan Jones, and Zach Evans is your top 10. Space truck off there. Dylan Gooden on the inside is your control car, so a pretty long distance from turn 4 to the green flag. The start-finish line a ways down this front stretch, more towards the last corner of the track. There it is, and a good restart for Dylan Gooden. Good restart for Darren Staff as well too. It's going to be a battle between Aaron Evans and Ty McIntosh for 3rd. Actually, no, it's not, because Ty McIntosh gets that position pretty handily. Back there, Peeler and Dave Carpenter are currently going at it for the 6th position. That's your first side-by-side battle. Ty McIntosh looking on the inside of Darren Staff for 2nd. Not going to be able to do anything just yet. You see Darren Staff taking all of the runoff right now, trying to get as much speed into the entry, but that might actually backfire on him. Here comes Ty McIntosh on the inside. Apologies about the stadium blocking our views at some points on the track. That's just kind of what we got to deal with here. So go down the back stretch. Darren Staff on the outside, Ty McIntosh on the inside. Dylan Gooden. Oh, he slides up into the 45 with Darren Staff. It's going to slow down the 45 and open the door for Ty McIntosh to maybe do something here down the front stretch. Darren Staff thinking he wants to go ahead and follow that number 10 into turn number 1. Both of them get around Dylan Gooden. Have a wreck a little bit further on back. Not see what actually happened there, but Austin Beers saw it. It was the 85 of Kynan Jones. Actually got sideways and saved it. Wow, what a piece of driving there for Kynan Jones. Those rear tires are screaming bloody murder right now, but he did save the car, and a great piece of driving for the driver of the 85. A little bit further on back, Thomas Capuano there. There's Noah Brown and Zach Evans going at it right now. For the 9th position, and start to see some of the cars on tires funnel their way through the field. Noah Brown, the first one on those tires, on those 2 tires, remember. So it's gotten himself up to the 9th position. Now working his way on the 78 of Dallas Mahan. And Ziegel and Beers there. They are in the 11th and 12th positions right now. Here comes Dave Carpenter on the inside of Aaron Evans, trying to get himself up into the 4th place. Not going to be able to make the move just yet. A bit of a wad of cars behind Adam Peeler there, from 8th on back to about 13th or 14th position. See Beers making the move, trying to get around the 6 of Zach Evans. Not going to happen just yet. And Beers in his position with being the fastest car all race and having 4 fresh tires. He's kind of just going to have to play it easy here and take it a little bit easy and be patient, because we've seen that if you're not patient here, as we say that, oh, Darren Staff on the inside of Ty McIntosh, he stuffs that nose in there, and there was about room for 9/10 of a race car, and he made it work there. Did not actually get the position made, but we did not have a wreck, which is really the important part. Both bringing Dylan Gooden into this battle just a little bit. Beers having trouble with the 6 of Zach Evans. He cannot get around that car at the moment, but he's going to dive it into turn number 3. Take that position up, so give it to Austin Beers for now. McIntosh currently your leader, and talked to him as well before the race. One of the drivers that has raced this track in the winter series that we ran with the Porsche Mission R race cars. Ooh, Adam Peeler, very sideways there out of turn number 2. Almost took out the 19 of Austin Beers, and that would have been a disaster for him, but Peeler was able to save it, and now he's under fire from the 6 of Zach Evans. Back to the Porsche Mission R. To say this was the first time, oh, well, talking about something again, we got another caution on the racetrack. Let's see where that came. It might be the 6 of Zach Evans. He definitely was the one that spun around. Looks like, I would say, that's too much beans there out of turn number 4. Got himself into the grass patch, and then plunk, plunk, around he goes, and thankfully looks like no one else involved in the accident. But Ty McIntosh, Zach Evans as well, a couple of the drivers that have raced this car in the winter series that was ran with the Porsche Mission R. This was the season finale of that series that actually ended up in James Watson being the champion. Zach Evans not happy over the radio of the driving standards of the night. Ty McIntosh decides to come into the pits. He pulls Dylan Gooden, Patrick Hahey, and a couple other friends with him. There's Dave Carpenter, David Westergreen in, Alice Mahan, Dylan Thomas, James Watson. Got some chatter. Got some chatter on the race radio about where the leader should be restarting. Got some pleading for Darren on one side to take the bottom and on another side to take the top. So we'll see what he decides to choose. Aaron Evans there in 2nd, Noah Brown 3rd, Beers in 4th, Adam Peeler in 5th, having a good run here tonight. Eric Ziegel in 6th, Thomas Capuano 7th, Ray Bracey. He's up to 8th after those early struggles, early issues. 9th is Connor Jones, who was sideways last restart and thankfully kept the car under control. And Sam Beltwell is in the 10th position. This is our 6th caution of the night. We're actually just about to hit halfway. which is crazy to think about. So we will be here for a minute. Truck lights have gone off there, so the halfway point of the race will officially be once we take the green next time around. A couple more chatters in our chat. Brent Jones. We've seen him a few times here on 3Byte TV, so hello, Brent Thrasher. The Ty McIntosh fan, hello to you, and I'm going to butcher that name, but Asgale Puffs. So let's go team everybody else. I'm going to assume that person, I don't know when that chat came through, but someone either wrecked or was leading, and they are a fan of that person not wrecking or leading or whatever. So maybe you would love to clarify that. I'd love to see, because I certainly didn't see where that caution came in to get any context to what was happening. But either way, we're about to go racing here again at the Mexico City Oval. Darren Staff, he took the top, so Noah Brown is not happy about that one whatsoever. And there he goes, great restart. Aaron Evans, blinking away. What a place to be blinking out at. So that kind of stacked up the whole inside line, and I could see there probably why Noah was wanting Darren to take the top. And if I was Noah, I might have not even said that, because if you tell somebody to take the top, sometimes that will just kind of make them want to take the bottom, or vice versa. So I can see in the Aaron Evans, he's blinking out a little bit. That is, they are in contact there with Brown and Aaron Evans, the former teammates. Brown gets around Aaron Evans for now. We'll see if Aaron just decides to try to make a move. Nope, he's going to wreck into the 55 of Ziegel.
No caution.
1 and 2. No caution yet. We'll see if race control decides to throw it, but there definitely was some contact from behind. I think Ziegel just misjudged the speed of what that 48 was going through the corner, and a big hit to the right side and the rear of that machine. And Aaron Evans is taking the car down a pit road, which I believe, yes, he has a meatball on that machine. So he will be having to get that car fixed before he is let back out on the racetrack. I could not get that out of my words there. The battle for the lead here, Darren Staff and Austin Beers going at it. Probably the two fastest cars of the race. Our pole sitter and our outside pole sitter have now found their way back to each other. Noah Brown back there in third. He started third, so we're kind of seeing the race play out in a certain way here. Some race radio chatter once again about Aaron Evans is blinking. He's got his car fixed. Well, he's got the meatball part fixed, has not gotten the rest of it fixed. I'm assuming he's going to have about 5 or so minutes of optional damage he could maybe get done there, but decides to just take the meatball and come back out on the racetrack. Seemingly it might be in front of the 65 of Noah Brown here. Brown is a little bit of ways back from this top two battle to the tune of about 3 seconds. Battle for the lead, heating up here. Beers on the inside through 3 and 4. He's going to get a good run. We'll see if he can slide up in front of that 45. Sure enough, he does. Can Darren Staff do a crossover move? He's going to try into turn number 1 and 2. On the inside there, hits the curb, the pit entry curb for the Grand Prix circuit. On the outside goes Beers. That might be all she wrote for now. Beers takes the lead to himself. A little bit further on back, you see the battle that is about, we'll call that about 7th place on back. Ray Bracey down to Kyna Jones, David Westergreen, and friends with them. Currently running through turn number 4 right now as our battle for the lead heads into turn number 1. Darren Staff back on the inside. Try to do something with that number 19 of Beers. He's probably been the only one that has been able to do something with him so far in this race. Not quite enough just yet. He's running a bit of a defensive line. He's running a little bit lower on entry to try to hold off that potential move that the 45 could make. Both using the exit runoff here into turn number 1 and getting that big swing out into the corner. Ialcos on the inside of Adam Peeler. That's the battle for the 13th position so far, and behind them a lot of battling for positions behind. Gilberto Javier Gomera and Sam Boutwell were going at it. Gilberto on the inside there in that Adrian Fernandez inspired machine with the Mexican flag on it, which is a great looking race car. Was a great looking one in real life. Get a little bit more speed out of that. Would definitely give it a good run here if he can get himself more towards the front, but just a hard place to pass here. Was not able to make the move on Boutwell. Excuse me, that's Dylan Thomas. And Boutwell, a couple of cars back from this pack. David Westergreen there on the Robbie Gordon inspired car. That was an 83 in real life. So Eric Ziegel. This is Johnny Sauter's machine. Ziegel and Ty McIntosh are both in inverse cars of each other. They both were sponsored by Yellow Transportation back in the day. So that's why if you look at them, they do look similar. They literally are inverses of each other. Ray Bracy on the inside of Aaron Evans. That's not a battle for position. Aaron is a lap down currently. 2 laps down to be exact, and they both get around him no problem. Trying to bring David Westergreen along as well. Oh, Noah Brown is sideways. He saved it. That was from behind on 21 of Thomas Capuano, and Capuano went for a move, and Noah Brown said, "No, thank you. I'm going to block that as hard as I can," and almost a disaster. Thankfully, not quite one. But seeing some fists being thrown out here tonight on this racetrack, which, you'd expect on a shorter racetrack, like a high-banked half-mile speedway. This is not where we would expect to see such driving, but great to watch nonetheless. Gooden and Eric Ziegel going at it. Gooden gets around Ziegel for now and navigating that lap car of Aaron Evans. Neil Rutt in our chat. He's actually... Yeah, did not actually notice this, but Neil Rutt actually 38 laps down has retired from the event, and in the chat telling us why. He has been dying this whole race, fighting the toilet bowl head first. So I'm not sure what's going on with the 66 driver there, but hopefully Neil is not pregnant, not having pregnancy pregnancy symptoms there, or flu symptoms, or plague, or COVID, or whatever the heck else you could possibly have in a human body. We wish you the best, and hopefully you can get it back out here for half number 2. Working like 65 here, and driver over right there, Noah Brown, enjoying that lap number. The Beers lead is up to 1.2 seconds currently. Ty McIntosh looking like he's catching the 45 of Darren Staff just a little bit each lap for second place there. Currently, McIntosh is the leading Redux driver and leading his teammate of Noah Brown. Through the field, it's starting to get that spread out look just a little bit. Bojo, Ray Bracey, almost some contact from behind from Kynan Jones there in the 6th position, but they were able to keep themselves off each other and keep themselves good and clean for now. Austin Beers just looking smooth as ever out there, extending his lead little by little each lap. Doesn't look like he's pushing the car too terribly much. Doesn't look like he's fighting it. If we can actually get an onboard of that 19 car here in just a minute, I would love to see what his inputs look like. Turns 3 and 4, yeah, just a single small corrections on the steering wheel, not swatting flies, not doing anything too terribly egregious there, and see that it's working for him. Taking all that runoff into turn number 1, swing it out, hit the inside curb just a moment. Not using the very, very inside of the corner, just kind of, I would call that a perfect diamond for him. Doing a great job here. I don't believe anyone is shifting. No, he did not shift there. I thought he was about to, but the RPM's steady and slow there. Work their way around the lap car of Nate Hall, who is back on the racetrack. He is 10 laps down on the leader. Was 9 laps down, now 10. Ty McIntosh has gotten around Darren Staff for 2nd place, so we'll see if he can make any inroads on the lead of Ty McIntosh. Has not been able to just yet. Oh, Ty McIntosh sideways out of turn number 4 into the grass, but no harm, no foul. Keeps it underneath him, and good little piece of drift driving there, but that's not going to help the lead situation at all. Now the lead is over 2 seconds to up to Beers. Issues there with David Westergreen out of turn number 4. I believe that he got into it with Kynan Jones. That was Kynan Jones. And that was not turn number 4. That was turn number 2, if I could get my end of the racetrack right. Oh, Nate Hall was in the wall hard again in the same place he plunked it the first time, so definitely some issues with that number 5 car, both suspension-wise and potentially driver-wise. Just not able to figure out that corner where it's at. So hopefully he can get that figured out and under control. McIntosh has made just a little bit of time up on Beers there. I would say Beers probably not pushing as hard as he could right now. It has no reason to do that at the moment. To lap the car of Dave Huckleberry. He is 1 lap down now, giving plenty of room to these leaders, and go out into the grass just a little bit there. See there on the left side of your screen that we do have a pretty big gap back to 4th place Noah Brown, 7 seconds back with Thomas Capuano. We got a caution. Sure who it was at the moment. Replay might be the 5 of Nate Hall here. And the same thing he did before. Just somebody get this man a GPS so he knows where he's going. Just looks like he didn't see the corner again or whatever, and broadside right into the wall, and that's probably going to be a race over that time. I don't think they're going to fix that one this time around. Our 7th caution of the night, and definitely interesting to see that happen, because historically OSCA half 2s have been the messier ones, so we might see we could see an even messier race here in half number 2, or we could probably see, you know, caution free, which honestly I would love to see that one personally, but we'll see if I can get an interview here with Neil Rutt. Neil, this is Cam in the booth. You back from the toilet?
What?
Yeah, I wanted to just, yeah, I wanted want to touch base with you. We saw in the chat that you were having some issues there. Is it all fixed up now? Did you get it all patched up, and did you get the stomach patched up?
I don't think so. I was laying in bed, and then I heard my name on the broadcast. And I was like, well, I gotta get up now. And I grabbed my headset, and then I was like, ooh, wait, I don't got a shirt on, and my camera's on. So I was a little nervous there. But I got a cat. If you look, Carlos, if you look at the broadcast, there's a cat.
Hold on, let me get you up here in full display.
I'm out of frame. I'm out of frame.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not feeling too good. I was fine before the race, painting some cars up, and then I ran outside, took the garbage out, and then when I came back in, I felt very sick.
Well, are we going to maybe
I'm gonna try for half two.
Gonna try. All right. Well.
Yeah, just gonna lay this one out for the rest here. And you know, Carlos's cat's still just chilling here waiting. And my arm's getting a little tired. If you could show the cat, please.
Something is not
There it
working.
is. There it is.
There we go. I can't get it on the big screen, but I can get it here on the small one. There you go.
This
I'm
is my
sorry
cat.
about that.
She's just chilling. I don't know how she's just comfortably be like laying like this, but yeah, we're gonna go lay down. Thank you for the interview. Yep, we're gonna go lay down.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll be back for the next one.
Yeah, we hope to see you out there. It was a shame not seeing that car out here. It was a great looking car, but
I appreciate
hopefully the
that.
big cars
You're
can.
not supposed to drink the tap water.
Yeah, no, especially not New Jersey.
Yeah. Hopefully the Binks cars can get back up there, and it's been a messy one for everybody out there tonight, but it has been fun to watch. Has been a race. So
Yeah, it's been fun watching. Hopefully the boys can get back up there. If not, we'll try to go for you know, the second round result here, and you know, try to put up a fight to the top teams, you know, for the rest of this year.
all right. We'll let you get back to laying down and resting up, and hopefully we'll see you next time around.
Talk to you guys later.
All right, green flag out here once again. Dave Carpenter actually stayed out as we saw some pit stops there for the leaders and has gotten himself to the lead, but I assume that's going to be short-lived as here comes Austin Deers. Here comes Noah Brown, 3 wide for position number 2. Noah was sideways. Oh, we're wrecking. Thomas Capuano is around. That's going to be a caution there, and I think that's a single car incident somehow, some way. I don't think anyone else was involved. Hearing that just a little oopsie on Thomas's part. He got loose and into the side of 39 of James Watson. Pretty cut and dry there, and that's going to be all she wrote for that one.
Dealing with a little bit of a computer issue, so hopefully once that settles in, maybe get a replay.
The technology infrastructure not as good out here in Mexico as maybe we thought. So we are having some issues, but getting it figured out, and we'll have what you need. We did see most of the field come down pit road that last time by, so I think we were good on fuel. I think that the tires are probably the issue here. These drivers, especially on the longer green flag runs, wearing them out quite a bit. That's exactly what you would expect on a flat racetrack. These right side tires always working hard. These corners extremely long. You feel like you're in them for forever. Aaron Evans was your lucky dog that last time by, so he will get one of his 2 laps back. Saw him on the ace truck there to catch the back half of the field. And let's say for, actually, no, I was wrong there. He was the lucky dog last time as well, so he got both of his laps back. He's now back on the lead lap, so good news for him.
How about now? Do you guys have me now?
We are, yep, there we go. We are back. On the inside, next to his best friend, Noah Brown. Dave Carpenter fell back to third there on the restart with the older tires. Ty McIntosh fourth. Green flag out once again here. A great restart, as always, for that 19 of Austin Beers. He swings down to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. Battle is for third. Ty McIntosh on Dave Carpenter. Going to be a short fight. Ty on the new tires. He's going to drive right around the outside of that 71. And Dave Carpenter going to be on the struggle bus here for a few laps as those tires come back up to temperature. The old worn-out tires, and we got yet another yellow here.
Dylan Thomas, I'm seeing.
Is the case. It is the 03 of Dylan Thomas. Just on the binders into turn 3, and just got a little bit sideways there. Might need on board with Thomas Capuano. He did get a good view of this one and plunk right into the back. Dylan Thomas. Thomas Capuano sliding to get past it. It was almost a part of that wreck, but hopefully got around it there.
Who did you want the onboard with?
Let's get it on board with Capuano through that one. He almost was involved in the wreck. There we go. We're on board with him. And right there, almost in the wreck. Got sideways and thankfully was able to get past it. Working one lap to green here on lap 83 of 100. We're getting to the end of the race, slowly but surely here for half number 1. And just a quick note here, it will be the top 15 finishers inverting for the start of half number 2. So presumably if Beers were to win this race, he would start 15th in half number 2, which will be fun to see him come through the field. But that car has plenty of speed in it to be able to do that without too much of a hitch. Ace truck is in. Leader on the outside, Austin Beers, and going to assume that he's going to launch off like he has been all night. And there we go, green flag out once again. He certainly does. About two car lengths there into turn number 1. Noah Brown not able to do much with that. We're 3 wide in the back there with Dave Carpenter on those older tires. He's getting swallowed up alive now. James Watson in the 39 and Aaron Staff in the 45 around him. Ty Alkins was able to get around there as well. A bit of an issue in the back there, but everybody kept it straight. There's Adam Peeler who got a little bit sideways, and see all sorts of fighting here through the field. It's really imperative to get the positions you can on these restarts because it becomes much harder to pass about 2, 3, 4 laps into the run. That's why you've seen such aggressive racing here. Ray Bracey on David Westergreen, trying to get Dylan Gooden as well. Dave Carpenter is falling like a rock now on those older tires, so got to presume that he's going to be swallowed up by this group behind him in just a moment here. 15 laps to go. 15 miles here at the Autódromo Hermanos Rodríguez. Siegel and Western Green going at it for the 10th position. Siegel, one of our winners last week at the Auto Club Speedway, has not probably had the run that I expected him to have here, being a short track focused team. Team Fence Line is, and really just none of them have had the speed of. Peeler in the wall there. We are 10th one of the night. We'll check our replay. Peeler, no one's really around him. I'm going to assume he just might be just too much beans here, and certainly, yep, there is too much beans, and into the outside, excuse me, inside wall. I was thinking outside as in the road course layout, but we're backwards here. Green flag out once again. Another good restart for the 19 of Beers. Going to be hard to do anything with that if you're Noah Brown, but into turn number 1 they go. Brown's going to have to deal with the 45 of Staff as well. Not much of a battle there. It's going to be Staff and McIntosh here off of turn number 2. McIntosh on the inside line trying to make something happen. Darren Staff has been tough on that outside line all night. It's going to be hard to make that move if you're tied, but off of turn number 4, shoving the 45 into the grass just a little bit. I don't think Ty really did anything there. The 45 just kind of went there, and that's going to be all she wrote for Ty for position number 3. So there's 2 Redux cars found themselves up into the top 3 positions behind Austin Beers. First battle on the racetrack is Adam Peeler back there. He's battling with Dylan Thomas for that 17th position. A little bit further on back. Oh, we got another caution. It is actually those 2 that I was just talking about. Dylan Thomas and Adam Peeler. Our 11th caution of the night. We'll check our handy dandy replay to see what happened here. It was definitely those 2 cars next to each other. I think that Adam Peeler just into the side of the 03. I don't know if he hit the inside wall or the car just if he locked up the brakes and just couldn't turn it or what, but that was definitely a weird one there.
Get back.
Slight little technical delay here, and
Look at that
are
replay
back here.
in non-slideshow format.
Certainly, we will do that, and we have 1 lap to green here, so just a quick little replay. But yep, into the inside wall did go Peeler. I think he lost the rear end of the braking, and there was a wall there that not allowed the car to settle like it could have been. But we have another quickie caution here. Working lap 91, I believe it is. 93 actually. I was a couple off, so we are quickly getting to the end of the race here, and we might have a shortened warm-up by just a little bit. Been hearing the chatter about that. Nothing official yet. Still Austin Beers and Noah Brown, your front row on the outside. Still Staff and McIntosh, row number 2. Connor Jones 5th. 6th James Watson. Dave Carpenter slid back there, but he has maintained the 7th position. Dylan Gooden 8th, Ray Bracely 9th, and Eric Siegel in 10th. This will be our 11th restart of the night. There it is. A good restart for Beers. Battle for second between Noah Brown and the 45 of Darren Staff. Darren Staff hanging tough on the outside line there, but Noah Brown's going to get the run through turn 2 and be able to make that move up in front of Staff here. Staff trying to make a crossover into turn 3. Does not have the room. Single file for the first 4, 5, maybe 6 positions here. Battle with the, that's Dylan Gooden and Kynan Jones going at it. 3 wide, a little bit further on back. Thomas Capuano on Eric Ziegel. He's trying to get himself back up to the front of the field. He was one of our quicker cars earlier tonight. Had that issue where he self-spun himself and lost all that track position he had gained, but he was a quick car, so he should be able to get some of those back here. Already about 7/10 for Austin Beers. It might be too much or too little too late for everyone behind him if we keep going green here, because that 19 has absolutely been unstoppable all night. And it looks like nobody really has been able to do anything with him, minus probably Darren Staff for a few laps. But otherwise, it has been all Austin Beers at this Autódromo Hermanos Rodríguez. Further on back here, Kynan Jones and Thomas Capuano going at it. Oh, Darren Staff around outside of turn number 4. Ty McIntosh involved.
No caution.
We don't have a caution just yet. Ty McIntosh's hood is flapping about. And yeah, Ty McIntosh not happy on the radio. We'll have to see what happened here, but he's right behind Darren Staff, and
hit the grass.
Darren Staff hit the grass and just, oh my goodness. James Watson involved, and hood went flying almost into the crowd. That would have been a great souvenir to have for someone. Board here with Darren Staff, and definitely hits the grass sideways, and just nothing you can do when the car breaks out. When the car breaks loose like that.
Whoa, no, hold on. You can't, I don't think you can hear it. Right there. His RPM goes from like normal range to like maxed out. Hold on,
oh, wow.
I don't like using this camera angle too much, but let's go in the cockpit. Look at the RPM here at the bottom.
Yeah, hardware failure or some sort,
and the wheel stops moving. Yeah, that's a hardware failure.
Wow, crazy. We got Ty in the interview waiting room. We'll go ahead and drag him up here. Might just have him the rest of the race, which is going to be about 2 laps. Well, Ty, this is Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
Unfortunately, buddy, I do.
Yeah, well, we just watched that crazy situation. Looks like Darren had some sort of hardware failure because his wheel went straight and his RPMs maxed out to Aston Martin levels. But what did you see from your perspective?
Well, I mean, it's just convenient that it happens every time. It's like he makes a mistake, and then that's right when it happens. So I'm just really upset, and I'm like just annoyed. I mean, I put together a really good race. I probably would have had a chance to go up there and race Austin. Had it gone green, I had more fuel than he did. It looked like a really good winning situation, and now we're junked and maybe gonna get back on the track. I've got 14 seconds required, so I'm not too happy right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. That's definitely fair. You had a good run out there, and it's just unfortunate luck there. But I mean, how's the racing been out there? We've seen a lot of junk, we've seen single file, we've seen 3 wide, 2 wide. It's what was it like from your perspective, just the race overall?
I mean, it's been a lot of fun. We've wrecked a lot of race cars out here, and you know, it's kind of sad on that regard because I feel like we could have gone green and we didn't. So, just sad.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you can get out there and make up 1 position somehow, you would be starting on the pole for half number 2. So we'll see how that goes. I see you're back on the racetrack, so go ahead and let you get back down to it. You have no hood, so you can see.
Oh yeah, no, we're killed. Just in case I don't get to get up here again. Shout out to Kelsey. I know she's watching. Everybody at Redux. I know Danny had a bad half, but we were doing good there. Shout out to Darren's wheel, I guess, for whatever the fuck happened. So.
All right. Well, good luck there in the rest of half here, which is going to be like 1 or 2 laps, and then hopefully for a better half number 2.
Thank you, buddy.
All right. We'll have to donate for the swear jar for that one, so anyone who doesn't like hearing swearing on some racing broadcasts. We apologize about that, but you know, you get what you get, and the emotions are real, and the passion is real for all these drivers trying to come out here and do what they can do, especially when you're at the place where you're trying to get everything you can get, and it just does not go well for you at the end of the race. It definitely is a frustrating situation when you're there. But a green flag out once again. Our first of one green white checkered here. Battle for second. Thomas Capuano on the inside of Noah Brown. You have some shenanigans there in the back, but we are straight here. Capuano on the inside. I think he's got the preferred groove into turn number 3 here. Here comes Brown trying to make he's in the grass, trying to make a move on that 21 here. 2 laps to go, coming to the white flag here. I think Austin Beers has pretty much won this race if he can keep it straight. We got somebody vaping in the pits or something of those sorts. There's a ton of smoke. Not sure where it's coming from, but Noah Brown has got himself in front of the 21 of Capuano. That's your best battle on the track right now between these two. And we know that these two can get physical with it. We have another team fence line car behind them. Ziegel bump from behind Noah Brown from Thomas Capuano. He takes it. Does not get any sort of sideways, that 65 car, but through turn number 4, it's win number 3 on the season for Austin Beers. And the perfect season for Team Fenceline Motorsports continues with half number 1 here at Mexico City. My, oh my, can you believe that we have yet another one of these two complete tonight? 100 more laps of action, of racing here at the Autódromo Hermanos Rodríguez Oval. Austin Beers does some victory burnouts at the start-finish line, or really just before it here. And great run he had tonight. Was the fastest car by far. We'll be starting 15th in half number 2 on account of the invert. And we have we actually met time limit there by about 30 seconds. So if they would have had another caution, we would have actually had a shortened race, and interesting to see that. But we'll go ahead and get the winner up here, get him interviewed, and get him ready for half number 2. Austin, Cam with you got a copy?
I got you, pal.
Well, man, 3rd win of the season. I mean, you looked great out there. We actually almost hit the time limit by 30 seconds. So it was a messy one, but I think you had the least messy view from your perspective. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, kind of not chaotic for me at all. I got into the fence, I think, one time, but that was about all the excitement for me. Just pretty sloppy by everybody. Just to have a race that long, but it was another good race for Team Fence Line. Another good race for me. Glad to get win number 3 on the season. I think that ties me for the most all time in OSCA. So hopefully we can get the most all time in half number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. And the perfect season for Fence Line continues. You have won all the races. You and your teammates there, with Ziegel having the other one. I mean, you're going to be starting 15th here in half number 2. What's your strategy to get through the field and make sure that you end up with a car in one piece?
Yeah, it's pretty tight in the corners, so it's going to be difficult if there is a pretty big wreck ahead of me. So just take my time, look ahead, make sure I can get checked up in time in case there is a yellow, and pick them off one by one. It's actually a lot easier following people than it is to be the leader, just basing off where you need roll center through the corner and your speed through there. So just got to take my time and we'll be good.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, getting ready for half number 2. Any sponsors or shout outs?
Yep. Thanks to Black Flag Podcast, Joy Seating, Shark Lounge, Hacks Discord, Fenceline Films, Chalu Performance, Swift Springs, Brembo Brakes, Mountain Dew, SSR Suspension, Tom Alkus, and Eric Ziegel, everybody on the Fenceline Motorsports crew. April, I hope you're watching. That's Ziegel's fiance, girlfriend, not entirely, wife maybe. It's one of the 3. I just can't think of it right now. So shout out to April for always watching. You guys for putting on great broadcasts, and Vic for putting us with us idiots, because we're definitely a bunch of idiots tonight.
I'll plead the fifth on that one, but yeah, I've been up here for a while, so I would love the second one to go a little bit more green. But you know, we always have a messy half and a clean half. It seems in OSCA, and maybe we got the messy one out of the way. We'll see.
Hopefully, I think we all got to work tomorrow, so.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, good luck there at half number 2, and it'll be fun to see you come from the back and back.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, with that, we're going to take a quick little break here, and we'll be back with you for half number 2. Should be about 6 minutes, as long as we don't get this warm-up shortened. I'll be keeping an eye on it, and if we do, we will come back then. All right, we got Austin again. Took a little break there and had to.
It was out front for as long as it did. So special shout out to Neil.
Absolutely, and hopefully he's doing better. I heard he had some innard issues a little while ago, and maybe got that patched back up, and hopefully he'll be out here for half number 2. But
yeah, he sounds a lot better. I heard him. Hopefully he got everything he needed to get done. Done.
All
So.
the demons. And
Yes,
an exorcism or something. But yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I think.
right.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna be shorting this up, but it seems like not. But yeah, good luck once again, and
Yep.
go
Thanks.
do it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Seems like we're just gonna run out the warm up here, about 2.5 minutes. So we'll just kind of let that run out here, and we will be back live for the start of half number 2 in about 2 minutes. We'll get the grid rolling. 15-car invert for half number 2. So your pole sitter will be Aaron Evans, on account of finishing at 15th there in the half. Fortunately for Ty McIntosh, he did finish 16th, I believe. Actually, well, not even. He finished 12th, so he'll be starting 4th in the half number 2 here. And it should be, it'll definitely be a little bit better than finishing or starting 16th on the field, but, you know, most half 2s with the inverts are usually the messier ones, so hopefully we can not have that happen again, and we'll have half 1 be the messy one. All right, welcome back to Mexico City for half number 2 of the Mexico 200. Believe it or not, we got another one of those. Go ahead and get our grid rolling for you for the invert. Aaron Evans, he starts first for Rio Grande Racing next to Dave Carpenter. Dave Huckleberry, another Rio Grande car, starts in 3rd next to Ty McIntosh. We talked to him just a minute ago. James Watson starts P5 next to Conan Jones in the RK Motorsports machine. Patrick Hahey starts in position number 7 next to Dallas Myhand in 8th. 9th place is Dave Westergreen next to Ray Bracey. 11th place Dylan Gooden, and 12th place Eric Ziegel. I'm not sure we can roll the next set just yet. I'm not sure if Carlos is back from
I was hitting the results. I was hitting like increase like results, but I should have been hitting it for grid. There you go.
Oh, good. The lucky number 13 place is going to be Thomas Capuano next to Noah Brown. Gilberto Javier Gamera starts in 15th next to Darren Staff in 16th. Actually, well, I think that's a little bit incorrect. 13th is Thomas Capuano, Noah Brown 14th. Austin Beers should be 15th. Next to Gilberto Javier Gamera. I'm not sure why he's not even on the grid there. Gilberto Javier Gamera will be 16th. 17th will be Darren Staff. 18th place will be Dylan Thomas. 19th, Adam Peeler. Sam Boutwell in 20th. Tim Conrad, 21st. Ty Alkus, 22nd. 23rd, Nate Hall. 24th, Zach Evans. Neil Rutt, 25th. And Daniel Gore, shotgun on the field, will start 26th. Kind of being the first car out of the race in half number 1. And word from race control is single car spins will be quickie yellows, meaning that pits will be closed, and we will do just 1 or 2 caution laps as opposed to the normal 3 or 4,
Pretty
depending
fair.
on whether we have lap cars or not. But leader Aaron Evans has decided to take the inside line for the restart. He's actually not pulled up to Dave Carpenter, so there he goes. Get on up there. Half number 2 here at Mexico City is underway. A bit of a messy start there for Dave Huckleberry. He blinked out, but everybody else seems to be pretty all right now. And Aaron Evans already out to about a 7/10 of a second lead. They're kind of all over the place there in the back. We're 3 wide. James Watson on the bottom. Trouble, David Huckleberry is sideways. No caution, I think. Oh, James Watson hard in the wall there. That's going to be our first caution. And my goodness, we have not learned our lesson from half number 1. David Huckleberry got sideways there, saved it. He was fine. James Watson he got sideways and was that was kind of somewhat unrelated, but got himself up into the wall hard, head onto the wall. That's going to be a meatball, no question about it. This will be a quickie yellow for self-spin on 39 there. Huge damage to the front end of that 39. That might be race over on lap 1, which would be very unfortunate if that's the case for Mr. Watson. And Nate Hall has also not taken the start of half number 2 here, so he will not be scored for this event. Dave Carpenter there on the outside line, and the 71 has a black flag for potentially a jump start there, which unfortunate there, but he will have to pit here under green, and that will be pitting under caution is difficult enough in itself, so pitting under green is going to be a challenge and a half. We'll see how he handles it and gets that sort of underway, but I have to assume that it'll be not too long before we get our next caution here, but pace truck is in this time. Still Aaron Evans, still your leader on the bottom there, followed by Ty McIntosh. Great restart for Evans. Oh, Carp did not get going at all. Not sure what happened. It looks like he did not get the shift in at all or whatever, but pulls out of the way and immediately to the back. David Westergreen around. Oh, Dylan Gooden around. Eric Ziegel involved there. We have a parking lot out of turn number 2. I see Rutt, Dylan Thomas. My goodness. Yeah, I'm not even sure what to say about this one, but it's like Westergreen just a little bit loose up into the 85 of Kynan Jones. There's Gilberto Javier Gamera. Ooh, big hit for Adam Peeler in the 27. That's going to be race over for at least one of those 2 cars, I would have to assume already. Big shame. We'll go on board with him and see what all happened. There's Beers there going through it. There's Aaron Staff. Here with Sam Beltwell. We have a lot of discussion there in the chat tonight. A lot of people are upset. Sam Beltwell sliding into the side of the 66 of Rut. Anyone else has damage back here? Missed. Javier Gamera in there. He kind of missed it on account of being the slow car on the inside there, so it might have been the best place to be, honestly. All of our meatballs. We have more meatballs than your standard Italian restaurant tonight. David Westergreen with a meatball, James Watson meatball, Sam Boutwell meatball, Eric Ziegel meatball, and Dave Carpenter with the black flag, which should be an EOL now that the caution came out. It's going to be hard to serve that under green if we don't ever get any green flag racing. But so far, I mean, somehow Carlos, we're doing worse than the first race.
So early. I can see these guys going on a long run. Once things start settling in, all we need is just a little bit of separation, and then I think we're gonna have ourselves maybe even green flag pit stops.
I admire your optimism with that one. I guess pit stops under caution now. Austin Beers is in pit road. He had a little bit of damage on the front end of his car, just a little bit of a center punch. Ty Alcos looks like he might have had some Aaron Evans is going to take the outside line here on the restart. So, yeah, it's only lap 7, but we have had some change here in the top 10. Let's re-rack it real quick. Aaron Evans, Ty McIntosh, Patrick Hahey, your top 3. Connor Jones, Dallas Myhan, top 5. Noah Brown, Ray Bracey, Darren Staff, Dylan Gooden, and Zach Evans is going to be your top 10. This truck will be in this time. Hopefully we can get some green flag racing under our belt here. It's been a rare sight tonight, but the field has thinned out pretty quickly so far. We've got plenty of cars on the pit road as of now. And there we go, green flag out once again. Good restart for the 48, good restart for the 10 as well. They're going to be side by side into turn number 1. They're side by side behind them as well. Kynan Jones on that outside line. They're looking for 3 wide. Patrick Hahey, Noah Brown, not going to do it. Good call there. Ooh, sideways is Ty McIntosh, but he keeps it under him. The track might be a little bit slicker this time around due to the track or the sun conditions we have there. It's a little bit later in the day. You would expect it to be grippier, but it is certainly a bit of a challenge for these drivers right now. Side by side for the lead. Ty McIntosh on the bottom. Aaron Evans on the top, using that runoff to his advantage. But too much, a little bit there, and that's going to be Ty McIntosh to the lead here on lap number 9. Third place is Noah Brown, followed by Kynan Jones currently. Patrick Hahey trying to do something with that 85 car, but not going to be this time by. And somehow, some way, we have green flag racing here at Mexico in half number 2. Seen all these cars use that runoff there into turn number 1, and hearing some people saying that it's been causing issues on the restart due to the fact that it is a little bit less grippy when you need the grip on the restart. A little bit further on back, we have some battling for, looks like position number, that would be position number 6 it looks like. Dallas Myhan on the bottom of Patrick Hahey, trying to bring Ray Bracey along with him. Not able to do anything just yet. There's Darren Staff. A couple of cars behind there, followed by Daniel Gore. Hoping that he can get a full race in tonight. Patrick Hahey a little bit sideways there out of turn number 4. Dallas Myhan gets around him. Aaron Staff using all that runoff to his advantage. You got to be careful with that. If you go out too wide and come back out in the track without regard for human life, you can sideswipe somebody and cause a big issue there. But Ty McIntosh looking good out there in front. His lead is about 0.6 of a second right now. Ray Racy and Patrick Hahey going at it for that 6th position. Ray Racy on the inside, Dan Gore on the inside of Darren Staff. Austin Beers there as well. Heard some jostlings on the radio a little while ago from Beers towards Staff. He was not happy about the perceived lack of braking ability from that 45 car, and we heard them go at it just a little bit here, but good racing in the back of the pack here. Did Austin Beers trying to follow that 69 of Gore through the pack. 69 of Gore, a throwback to Kevin Harvick's machine he ran in this race, 2005. Staff and Beers going at it right now. 2 more fence line cars behind them, Alcas and Thomas Capuano. We're trying to make a move on the 87 of Patrick Hahey. He currently sits in 7th position. Turn number 2. Gore is going to get the run on the 87 and Hahey keeps him tight, so not giving a whole lot of room to exist in race there, but Daniel Gore and Patrick Hahey are good through turns 3 and 4. Gets the position on Hahey for now. He's going to slide up out of turn number 2. And here comes Austin Beers and company to maybe do it as well. So 87 struggling just a little bit here right now with grip on the outside lane. Austin Beers is going to make the position, and Thomas Capuano as well. Hahey in the grass. Going to lose 1, 2, 3 positions, maybe even 4 if he gets passed by Neil Rutt. Gets right back on the track in front of Neil Rutt here. Cam on the screen a little bit further on, up at the front. Still Ty McIntosh leading Aaron Evans currently, who is doing pretty well for himself to not lose the positions. Using the invert to his advantage there, but the lead is about 1.4 seconds for Ty McIntosh at the moment. Gore on my hand, trying to make something happen. Not going to be this lap. Starting to string out here just a little bit. Seen that last race, and usually when we strung out, we had a pretty massive accident at some point a few laps after that. So hopefully we can keep her green here and keep racing here. We're still trying to work over that number 78 of Dallas Myhan. He's going to dive into the inside of turns 1 and 2. Try to bring that 19 of Beers along with him. Dallas Myhan is hanging tough on the outside there. Daniel Gore is going to get it and move him up to that 7th position. There's someone in the interview waiting room, and it's David Westergreen, which I'm assuming he might just want to stay up here for the majority of the race. I believe he's out of it there. And yes, sir. So let's see if he wants to stay up here.
You do have a driver in the input here. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's literally what I was talking about, Carlos, so we're good. D-West, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, interesting races we've had tonight. Half one. Oh, well, there we go again. It's Myhan and Capuano. So, while we work this caution again, tell us, what did you see out there tonight? I mean, it's
A whole lot of that. A whole lot of that.
Yeah.
Idiotic racing. Absolutely idiotic moves by idiotic drivers. I'm not planning to stick around this week. I just good lord, man. These guys are better than, some of them are better than this. Some of them aren't. I can't believe that. This track is really fun. It's pretty easy to race without wrecking people. And, well, there you go.
Yeah, I could see where you're at with that one. It's been, I mean, the historic meta of OSCA is you have a clean half and a messy half, and I'm not sure where we really stand with that one, since half one was, I think we ended up 13 cautions or so, and got like 3 of them before lap 10 here. So, you know, yeah, hopefully we can clean it up a little bit. I think I would have to agree this is a pretty good track. I was excited for this first time that OSCA's ever visited here, and we have probably turned the fans all away from this kind of racing. But yeah, before we let you go and go do better things in life, any sponsors or shout-outs?
Ray for painting the car, Traders Brewing Company for being on the hood, Bite Size Sports. Got a top 10 in the first half. I thought we were going to be in really good shape on that long run until, again, the same folks are not allowed to let us have a good time. So, just a shame. I feel like we deserve better. You guys deserve better. Thanks you guys for putting on the broadcast, and hopefully it'll be better next week. But yeah, who knows, man.
Yeah, and well, next week is New Jersey, so it will look not so pretty on the broadcast, but either way, it's a new track for the OSCA series, and road course racing typically has less cautions, so we can hope for that. But appreciate you taking some time to talk with us, and you know, better luck next week.
Yeah, I won't have it next week, but we'll see. See you guys later.
All right. Well, that was our third caution. So it was the 21 of Capuano, and I actually forgot who was actually involved in that one. It was Capuano and I want to say someone. Dallas Myhand it was. Adam Peeler has decided to retire from the event and take his car to the garage, so not see him anymore in half or two. Car pace truck is about to pull off, and Ty McIntosh on the outside line is your leader. He had a 2-second lead there before we got this last caution, so we'll see if we can get another good restart here and get her going. And there we go. Great restart for Ty. Not so great restart for Aaron there on the bottom. It's going to let Ray Bracey get up into the second position, and now it's a 3-wide battle for third. Noah Brown on the inside, Aaron Evans in the middle, and Dylan Gooden there on the outside. They sorted out just a little bit back to 2 wide. Noah Brown there on the inside. He's going to go all the way down to the grass and try to get the grip there on the inside of the racetrack. He should be able to get it here off of turn number 2. Aaron Evans hanging tough though. And right behind this little pack is the 19 of Austin Beers. He's slowly but surely making his way up through the field. Our half number 1 winner. And oh, we got some trouble. 85 of Conan Jones in the wall. He is still straight. There's going to be some damage to the right rear of that machine. He's not going to be handling as well as he was before. That is a critical part of these Gen 6 race cars. Not sure what happened there. If we can maybe get a replay here, but we're still green. No caution just yet. Holding off the 65 of Noah Brown for now. Saw a fight a little bit further on back. That was Thomas Capuano on Conan Jones, the damaged race car, and looks like into the back of 85 was Austin Beers, and we'll have to maybe see if we can get an interview with Kynan if we got another caution, because he might have some words about that one. But either way, for right now, lap 27 of 100. We're almost at the 1/3 mark already, which is great to see. Fan out, string out just a little bit here. Redux Racing 1, 2, 4, and 5 currently, so that would be the kind of rebound they need if they can hold these positions or maybe even get to the top 4 of them. Aaron Evans there in the Rio Grande Motorsports machine. He is in the 3rd position, kind of splitting that group up right now. Turn number 4, Ty Alka's trying to make a move on Dylan Gooden there for the 7th position. Not going to be this time. Alka's onto those rumble strips on the bottom of the racetrack. You got to be careful of those because they are quite significantly raised. That does separate the pit road entry from the racetrack for the Formula 1 cars. So not something you typically want to hit too incredibly much. Some of the race cars you can do it. I know the sprint cars, they don't mind that too much, but these Gen 6 race cars have a lot less ground clearance than sprint cars, interestingly enough, and they do not like bottoming out whatsoever. So you got to be careful with that, and by all accounts, probably just don't even hit them. Alka's now under fire from Darren Staff there in the 9th position. Darren Staff has been up and down this race already. We saw he was quick in there in half number 1. Bad luck with the wheel failing and unfortunately collecting Ty McIntosh as well. Brown gets around the 48 of Aaron Evans, trying to pull his teammate Daniel Gore along with him as well. There's contact 3 wide. Oh, that's not going to be good for anybody involved. And they are still piling up in there. The ARCA brakes are real tonight. They were 3 wide. That was never going to work. And unfortunately, Daniel Gore seems to have more bad luck here in half number 2. He has not gotten it going just yet. There they go. Daniel Gore into the side of the 48. Just was not enough room, and Aaron Evans was not going to give that room as well. Darren Staff into the side of the 69. Capuano, Zach Evans. We are fighting in the chat once again. So it's been a messy race tonight for everybody. That might be another big damage for the 69. He got hit in the left rear of the race car there. So we'll have to see if he has a meatball or not. I don't believe so. It's just going to be Zach Evans currently. And big hit there to the side of the 48. While we're under this caution, I need to take a quick little cat break here. She wants food, and she is going to bug me until I give it to her. So commentator will be back in about 2 minutes.
on.
All right, welcome back to Mexico City here. I am back from my little kitty cat break. She has been fed her food, and we are 1 lap to go under pacing for our 4th caution of the night. Working lap number 34, it looks like. And it looks like Ty McIntosh is going to be your leader, taking the top side. Let's re-rack the top 10 real quick. It's McIntosh, Ray Bracey, Noah Brown, Aaron Evans, Austin Beers in P5, Dylan Gooden, Ty Alkas, Dallas Myhand, Neil Rutt, and Dave Carpenter are going to be your top 10 there. Pace truck is off once again. We'll obviously have some of these damaged cars fare a little bit further on in the back. There we go. Great restart for Ty on the outside there. It's going to be battle for second between Aaron Evans and Ray Bracey. Aaron Evans with a hard hit to the side of that car in that last caution. I would have to assume that damage is going to slow him down to some extent. Not sure how much, but right now it looks like he's doing pretty all right there. On corner entry there might be where it does not. I think there is where we see the damage. That car did not turn whatsoever through the corner entry or middle there, so that is going to be some downforce loss on that 48 machine. He's going to be under fire from the 75 of Dylan Gooden here in just a moment. Definitely struggling with the handling of that race car. Austin Beers up to the 4th position behind his best friend Noah Brown. And both of these drivers following the 65, or excuse me, the 7 of Ray Bracey and the 10 of Ty McIntosh. Aaron Evans into the outside wall just for good measure to even out the damage on the left side. He gives some damage to the right side. Kind of Jones, who was in an earlier accident. Darren Staff also in that last one. Daniel Gore has damage, we know. I think Thomas Capuano with a little bit of damage on the car, but it doesn't look too terribly bad there. Austin Beers on Noah Brown, trying to make something happen there. Not going to be this time. Noah Brown's not going to give it to him. Here comes Dylan Gooden on Aaron Evans. Looks like corner entry is where that 48 is definitely struggling the most. It's just he cannot get the car cut in like the others can, so he's going to be, well, he's blinking a little bit there, but he's going to be wearing that right front out a ton if we get going green here. So right there, under fire from Ty Alkas in the 89. Ty on the very bottom of the racetrack here. Here's Austin Beers on Noah Brown for position number 3. His slow but steady charge through the field is coming to fruition, and he gets it going into turn 3. Alkas around Aaron Evans. Dallas Myhand, who was in that last accident. Neil Rutt and that was Daniel Gore, I believe, were side by side for just a moment, but Neil Rutt still in that 10th position, seemingly with the poisons or whatever exorcism, the demons out of his body, and having a good run up here. It is understated sometimes how much sickness can really affect the performance in the race car if it just cannot go away. So for him to be able to run good here is a great sign that he is at least feeling somewhat better. Currently, Ty McIntosh still your leader. Ray Bracey in second. Austin Beers has got himself up to the 3rd position. Working lap number 40 here. Hopefully we can click off some green flag laps and get this one onto the road, and we've all missed our flights that we had scheduled already, so too bad, so sad on that front. I want to shout out all of our people who have hung with us tonight in the chat. If you're still here, thank you for supporting OSCA, for supporting 3Y TV. It's been a long one tonight. Certainly want to say that all the races are not like this. This is a new track for these drivers, and some growing pains are expected with a flat 1 mile oval such as this. Dylan Gooden around Noah Brown for the 4th position. almost hard to believe we started the season off with a caution-free 300 miles at Daytona and have gotten ourselves up to whatever this is tonight. But there's Daniel Gore around the 21 of Thomas Capuano. That's for the 9th position. So at 69, we definitely know he's damaged. He got hit in the left rear pretty hard, but still has at least some handling left in that race car. Ray Bracey falling away from the 10 of Ty McIntosh just a little bit. He's going to be in the clutches of the 19 of Beers in just a moment. So McIntosh and Bracey being teammates, he's going to hope that that number 7 can fight off Austin Beers as much and as hard as he can and give himself some space there. But a good run here tonight for Ray Bracey so far. Ray Bracey, one of the so-called designated painters in OSCA. There's no official title there, but he has done a lot of these cars. A lot of the regular cars and a lot of the throwbacks are attributed directly to Ray, so just want to give a shout out to him. He does also a side series called OSCA Quick Shifts. Quick Shifts for OSCA and other leagues as well there, so definitely go check that out. And his YouTube channel is Bojo Racing, so Quick Shifts, always a fun time to watch. It definitely, it's a little highlight show with snippets and memes and whatever else that kind of goes to the races and shows them in a fun, positive light. So just a little shout out for that there. Capuano around Darren's staff. 48 of Aaron Evans has fallen outside of the top 10 with those handling issues. It seems like it's under control just a little bit here, but you can tell that car loose off of turn number 4, just not exactly as fast as it was before, and not exactly driving like it did. But Austin Beers right up the back of the 7 of Ray Bracey. Ray Bracey, we know he's a staunch competitor. He's not going to give it up whatsoever. I don't think I've ever seen him give up a position on the racetrack. He's kind of under the mindset that if you want it, you're going to fight with it, and that is a totally fair and valid position to have, especially when you are in position number 2. So he is going to give it everything he can. And what that is going to do for Ty McIntosh is allow him to extend his lead by just a little bit. In front of him, he's got 2 lap cars, Sam Boutwell and James Watson, both of them multiple laps down, trying to make something out of tonight. Actually, Sam Boutwell is not a lap down just yet, but James Watson is 2 down. If we were to get a caution right now, the lucky dog would be Zach Evans in the 6 car. He is 1 lap down currently. McIntosh gets around the 2 lap cars, and now they are going to be Ray Bracey and Austin Beers' problem, which looks like they get around them just as well. Got slowed up the 10 car just a little bit, but not enough to really make a too terrible difference on his lead. He's still got over a second and change on the 7 of Bracey behind him. Ty Alkus looking to do something with the 65 of Noah Brown. Noah gets the inside of Sam Boutwell here. That would be for the 5th position for Alkus if he can get around the 65. And Gore there up to the 7th position. Got himself around the 78 of Dallas Myhan, so whatever damage he has on that left rear, not slowing him down too terribly much. We have an issue behind. We have an issue back there. That is, who is that? Was that Neil Rutt? And he came down into somebody. I think Aaron Evans was the one. Yep, definitely was. And Patrick Hayhe there as well. Not really involved in the accident, just kind of a bystander. That was out of turn number 4, and all cars involved seem like they are going to drive away without any sort of issue, no meatballs or anything of the sort, so good to see that for sure. David Westergreen out on the racetrack once again. He's 16 laps down, just trying to do it for the vibes at this moment. We're on lap 52, so we have passed halfway. Always good to see. Dave Huckleberry and OSCA Daddy Tim Conrad there. They're both multiple laps down. Huckleberry 3 down, Tim Conrad 6 down, also out for divides at this moment. Someone spun. We're going to have a caution there once again.
Oh, no.
I think you can probably assume what happened there. I'm going to assume that the 7 got plunked in the rear by the 19 of Beers. Heard him on the radio say, save it, save it, save it, save it, and then no. So, yep, into turn number 1 here, and sure enough, yep, that's pretty cut and dry there. Into the back of the 7, Ray Bracey. No damage for either car, really. That's not going to be the problem there. Just going to be a loss of track position and a bit of hurt egos on both sides.
Oh, man.
Almost into the back was Dylan Gooden in the 75. That was good avoidance on his part. He's going to get himself a couple positions out of that one. Let's see what happened on board. Wow. But either way, some pit stops here for the leaders. Ty McIntosh pulls just about everyone in. And cause of caution obviously going to be attributed to the 19 of Austin Beers. So that will be an EOL for him. That should be... I want to say that Zach Evans was the lucky dog, but I'm showing that Sam Beltwell might be in that position, so let's see how that plays out. Noah Brown looks like he's going to win the race off pit road. I think I was actually completely wrong on that one because he came off pit road when the 10 was already off pit road, so.
I mean, if you remove the 10, then technically he did.
True on that front. Really, everybody pitted except for the 75 of Dylan Gooden, 87 of Hahey, and the 66 of Rutt. I believe everyone else did decide to come down pit road. Kind of Jones with the nice, what I call the nice, killing someone with being nice in the chat. Anyway, let's re-rack the top 10 real quick before we get going here again. Neil Rutt is your leader. He is a few pounds lighter than he was in half number 1. Dylan Gooden second, Ty McIntosh third, your first out of the pits. Noah Brown 4th, Deandre Gore up to 5th. Ty Alcus 6th, 7th is Dallas Mayan, 8th Ray Bracey. He was just in that last caution, so not too much of a, not too bad for him. 9th is going to be Conan Jones, and 10th place is Dave Carpenter. Pace's truck is in. Neil Rutt is your leader there on the outside line. Flag is out. There we go. Good restart for 66 of Rutt. Good restart for the 75 of Gooden as well. Gooden might actually have the advantage here through 1 and 2 on the bottom line. They're looking 3 wide. Noah Brown through the middle. He decides to cut loose, and there enough. Yep, he gets to the lead down the backstretch. What a move for the 65 of Noah Brown. That move was absolutely Noah-coded in every single way, shape, and form. He would be the only one to go 3 wide there, but it worked for him. And now we're 3 wide for second. Ty McIntosh on the inside. He's in the grass. Wow, into 60. Oh, that's going to be a big wreck. Yep, there they go. Ty Alkus involved. Saw McIntosh in the grass, and unfortunately, that almost looked like a carbon copy of the incident with Darren there, and you know, just without the wheel failing part of it. But either way, not really sure who that's going to be attributed to. They were 3 wide there. Ty on the inside, and just Ty Alkus. The Ties wrecking each other there. Alkus he bounced down the track for some reason. On board here with Ty McIntosh. Oh yeah, definitely. It's hard to see that from the first time around, but tie on tie violence there. Go on board with Alkus, and there's not much he can do there, and I mean just a bit of a sloppy, messy situation all around. Some of these drivers that are multiple laps down might be getting their laps, or might be getting back on the lead lap the way this is going. Again, we're on our 6th caution. Thankfully, we are in the single digits still here, working lap 59, so hopefully we can keep it under 10. It's going to be a late night for us, but anyway, we are here through the end. Dylan Good in the chat saying he took fuel only. Okay, cool. Good to know. Missed that. Was probably paying attention to something else. I think not actually see all the pit stops. So good to know. Good and on fuel only, no tires. That's why he was able to keep that position up there. So he actually did come down pit road. So Noah Brown going to elect to take the outside line on this restart. We're working lap 60 now, so we'll be 61 for the restart. Nice to see that we have fans in the stadium section when there's absolutely no racing going on there. So I'm not really sure what they are watching, but I hope they're enjoying whatever it is. Is going to be coming in this time. And green flag is out. Great restart for Noah Brown on the outside. He's going to gap about 3 car lengths into turn number 1. Ray Bracey has recovered from that spin up into the 3rd position. Under fire from the 66 of Neil Rutt, but currently Bracey on the outside. He's going to get the run off of the corner and down the backstretch. So back into the top 3 for that number 7. He looked fast earlier on. Here comes Daniel Gore. Also had some issues a couple cautions ago, trying to recover on his part, getting around that 66 of Neil Rutt as well. More on the outside there. So. Oh, yep, Dave Carpenter around. Car accident, I think. Yep, no one else involved, and I believe he said that that one was on him. So let's see what the replay has to say.
Which means
yep. Too much beans, and right in front of the 19 of Awesome Beers, maybe a little bit of damage to the front of that machine. I'll take a look at it and see if I can see anything there. Just a little bit of scrapes and bumps here. The 19 not as clean as it was in half number 1 for sure. I don't think that's going to be race over or anything like that. Discord chat will be extremely fun to watch after this race. Know that there's going to be plenty of discussions and friendly banter and absolute respect by everyone involved. Cars in the back pitting. Austin Beers, Ty Alkus, Sam Boutwell coming in. James Watson, give a shout out to him. He was about, I think he was like 4 or 5 laps down a few early on in the race. He is now back to 1 lap down, and one more caution, he would be your lucky dog. It's actually, no, I'm incorrect there. He is actually back on the lead lap now, so James Watson, the first caution of the race, him spearing into the outside wall nose first. He's gotten that car fixed up enough to satisfy the iRacing race control meatball requirements of getting the car fixed up enough to not be a complete rolling chicane, and has gotten himself back in the lead lap. So with the way this race has been going, I mean, anything can happen. I'd say he's probably in line for a top 10 possibility if he can keep it straight and keep it under control. A lot of damage on that race car. It does not look much better than it did earlier, but either way, at this point, he can kind of get more fixed and not have to worry about going another lap down or going more laps down. He can come down under the cautions and kind of just get the car fixed up a little bit more each and every time. This truck is off. Noah Brown is the leader and the control car. Green flag out once again. Great restart for Brown on the inside there. Trying to pull his teammate Ray Bracey along with him around Dylan Gooden. Turn number 2. Brown with a pretty significant lead. It's going to be, there's some dice in there in the back. Daniel Gore and Thomas Capuano were going at it. A little bit sideways for Gore. Keeps it under control. He's going to be under fire from Neil Rutt there as well. Fortunately for James Watson, he pitted too soon when he was still 1 lap down and has gotten another black flag, which is probably going to put him back to a lap down, and we might be getting another caution here pretty soon, so it might not even matter here, but
do want to point out
Unfortunate,
if we do keep this string of cautions going on, we're running about a minute and change every lap under caution. There is currently 33 laps left, and as of right now, 30 minutes left in the session.
So we need to get some green flag laps here and make sure that we don't get timed out. That would be a little bit of a embarrassment, but either way up the front, Noah Brown has a second lead over his teammate Ray Bracey. Dylan Gooden running there good at, or I'll say running good, but keep that pun away. He's running good there in third. Thomas Capuano in fourth. Daniel Gore in fifth. Siegel sixth. Seventh is No Rut. Dallas Mayan up to eighth. Ninth is Ty McIntosh. And 10th place Austin Beers. Your multicam lead at the bottom there. The battle for seventh place and Friends up there at the top. Uh, 70 of 100, so with 30-second lap times here under green, we would finish with about 15 minutes to go. It would be nice if we were able to get this full one in before the race gets timed out there, but either way, Noah Brown is extending that lead little by little each lap over Ray Brace. It's now 1.3 seconds, so he's looking pretty smooth out there at the moment. Trying to break up the domination of the Team Fenceline Motorsports cars, who have won every single race this season up to this point. Right now, Eric Siegel is their flag carrier up in fifth, and then it's Beers and Alcas in ninth and 10th. Excuse me, Capuano 7th, Beers 9th and 10th. So all Team Fenceline Motorsports cars currently in the top 10. And if Noah Brown wants to put a dub on the board for Redux, he's going to have to keep that car up there and hope that nothing catastrophic happens. No cautions, no ill-timed cautions really for him. But currently, with about a second and a half lead, he's looking pretty out there. Ray Bracey, Daniel Gore, the top three. So Redux, if they can keep that, that would be a good turnaround for their season to try to get it back into the right direction for them, being the two-time and reigning teams champions of OSCA. .28 laps to go. Noah Brown continues to extend that lead over Ray Bracey right now. Starting to string out single file a little bit here. Ty McIntosh there in sixth. If he can get around Dylan Gooden and Ziegel, that would be a Redux 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm sure he would love to be a part of that. Here comes Beers on Capuano up to seventh. So whatever Redux wants to do, they're going to have to make sure that they keep that 19 behind them. And Austin Beers, for whatever race he's had a little bit of issues here and there, some damage on the car, but he still is incredibly fast. So he will be a problem for the end of this race. No doubt about that. Any side by side right now. Looks like the whole field is pretty well single filed out. Siegel and McIntosh might be the first battle. They're kind of going at it right now. Yep, out of turn number 2. McIntosh sideways, driving that car for all it's worth, trying to get around that 55. If he's not careful, he's going to have trouble from the 19 of Beers right behind him, who is pretty much caught the rear end of that number 10 car. 25 to go now. Is all Noah Brown, who has the lead has shrunk by just a little bit to Ray Bracey. I think Noah Brown had a little bit of a moment there out of turn 2 last time around, but either way, still a significant lead for that number 65 at the moment. Watson a little bit ahead of the road from the leader, Noah Brown. He did get his lap back, got a penalty, back to a lap down, and that car is still significantly damaged. He's probably going to go 2 down here before too long. Ray Bracey starting to catch the number 65 a little bit. Maybe Noah cooking those tires just a little bit too much, and Ray Bracey usually one of the smoother drivers on the circuit. See lap times. Ray Bracey 2/10 quicker, and almost 3/10 quicker, 1.5 tenths, and then almost equal lap times, and then almost 2/10 quicker there. So he's definitely starting to eat into the lead of that number 65. Big time, big time. 3.5 tenths quicker on lap 78. Something is wrong with that 65 car. He has lost all of his pace right now. That has to be a cooked tire problem for Noah. He did scoot out to that huge lead and maybe just not able to keep the tires on it like he needs to, but he's definitely got a problem in his mirror right now, and that is the number 7 of Ray Bracey, his teammate. On board here with Ray, seeing the kind of lines he is running. James Watson goes a second lap down. You can see the rear end of that 65 getting ever closer lap by lap. Bracey has figured something out with the pace on that car, and he is absolutely cooking right now. Coming to 20 laps to go here. A Redux 1, 2, 3, and then a team fence line 4, 5, Redux 6 up here at the front. Three cars are as close as they have been all day. We know that all 3 of them have been in some sort of accident. Ray Bracey, Daniel Gore, Noah Brown with a small issue earlier, but nothing to the extent of these 2 behind him. Austin Deere is about 3.5 seconds behind the 69 of Gore here. So what these 3 guys are looking for is no cautions, and hopefully trying to get themselves a top 3 finish for the end of this race. Around a little bit sideways there off turn number 4. Daniel Gore has now caught the 7 of Ray Bracey, so we're going to have a 3-car battle for the lead here before too long, and it could be a Redux fight for the win, which we've seen a few times before. These Redux cars can and will get into each other from time to time, and that could be a disaster for the team points if they do not keep it under control. But right now, looking pretty good. 17 to go. Noah Brown extended his lead just a little bit over Ray Bracey once again. Ray Bracey's going to have to fight off the 69 of Gore. He is absolutely there, all over the back bumper of that 7. Looking low through 1 and 2. Bracey on the outside line. Gore's going to get the position pretty easily over that number 7. Now setting his sights for Noah Brown. 1.3 seconds down the road. Really the best fight on the track right now. Austin Deers is by himself. Eric Ziegel has Ty McIntosh behind him, not too far, but everybody kind of spread out just a little bit. This might be our longest green flag run of the night in either half, I would have to believe. You see lap times there. Green is good for the driver that it is depicted on, and bad is red for the driver it's depicted on. So you see on lap 81, both Gore and Bracey were faster than Noah. Lap 82, Gore was faster, Noah Bracey was not. Lap 83, Gore a little bit faster than Bracey, or than Noah, Bracey not. And then the last 2 laps, both drivers have been slower. Lap 85, the lap time for Daniel Gore almost equal to Noah Brown, but just ever so slightly slower. 0.8 of a second on the lap 84. That was on account of getting passed by by Daniel Gore for Ray Bracy, and you see it back to a normal gap there. Gore just a tad bit quicker there, 11 1,000ths of a second over Noah Brown. If that were to keep up to the end of the race, he would not catch the 65. So he's gonna have to find something else to be able to get up to his teammate there. And out of turn number 4, you got a great run. That gap is right at 1 second. I gotta assume that lap 87's gap is gonna be green again for Gore, and yet certainly it is. Yep, almost 0.2 of a second there, and Ray Bracy as well. Laps to go, 13 miles to go. The battle for the 6th position. I believe that would be the 5th position. Yep, Eric Ziegel and Ty McIntosh going at it. Ty gets around Ziegel. So Ty now setting his sights on Austin Beers. Austin Beers is about 2.5 seconds down the road from McIntosh, so it's going to be a tough task to catch him. But you see, we're on board with Daniel Gore, doing everything he can to try to catch his teammate Noah Brown, and we talked to them before, both Noah and Daniel. These two longtime teammates, friends. They want to beat each other more than anyone else on the racetrack. So Daniel Gore with that extra motivation to try to catch that 65 in front of him, seeing blood right now. And you see into turn number 1 gains a little bit more time, almost 0.2 of a second. Ray Bracy also a little bit quicker. Ray Bracy has fallen about 2 seconds behind this pack, though, so he's going to need to find quite a bit more pace to be able to do something with his two teammates ahead of him right now. But either way, that would be a great finish for the 7 of Ray Bracy. Awesome smoke there on entry of pit road, but I don't think too much going to happen there. A couple lap cars up ahead of Noah Brown here. That is, I believe, Gilberto Javier Gamera and James Watson. And they should be staying out of the way. Also, Aaron Evans a little while down the road. David Huckleberry is going to be there. Here's Gilly on the outside. No problem for him. Ooh, that's going to slow down the 65 of Brown. James Watson was in a terrible spot for him to be on the exit of that corner. That was not where Noah needed him to be at all. Was not a problem for Daniel Gore, so that was about a 10.5 to Gore's credit. Under 10 laps to go here, though, so it's definitely going to be a fight for the win between these two. Austin Beers almost 7 seconds behind, so in case something catastrophic happens, it's going to be between these two Redux cars. .6 of a second the gap between these two right now. So if it continues about a 1/10 a lap, Gore is going to get there. Now can he pass? The famous quote by, I believe it was Murray Walker back in the day, catching them is one thing, passing them is an entirely different one. And especially when it's the 65 of Noah Brown you were trying to pass, he can get difficult and he will make it hard for you. So behind these couple lap cars here, Dave Huckleberry right in front of him, to move to the inside, turn number 3, and there he goes. Slows up Daniel Gore just a little bit, but I think Gore's going to get the run off of the corner here. Both these drivers fighting for everything they have right now. 6 laps to go. Talked about they want to beat each other more than anyone. Gore has cut that gap down to under 0.5 of a second. Under half a second is the lead with 6 laps to go. So that is kind of we can call Daniel there. Aaron Evans, he is getting lapped again, or for the first time, really. Stays out of the way. Brown, I'm sure, would love to stop hitting lap cars here, because each time he's hit them a little bit worse than Daniel has, and it's cut his lead by just a little bit. 5 laps to go. A couple more lap cars in front. That's David Westergreen and Kynan Jones looking to go a lap down. See me out on the right, lower right of your screen there. The gap went from 0.561 on lap 91 to 0.356 on lap 95. We are 4 laps to go. Daniel Gore is absolutely there. The gap is absolutely nothing and less as we work through turn number 2, going into turn number 3 here. Gracie has fallen 3 seconds behind this pack, and Austin Beers back to 8 seconds, and he's actually under fire from Ty McIntosh. We'll be there in just a moment. 3 laps to go here. Where is David Westergreen going to go? Where is Kynan Jones going to go? That is actually David Westergreen and Sam Boutwell would be the next one. Westergreen goes high. We're both going to go around him on the inside lane. 2 laps to go. Once we get out of turn number 4, you see some dust being kicked up by the 65. Loose out of turn number 4. That's going to be a good thing for Noah Brown. 2 laps to go. That is the first mistake we've seen from Daniel Gore really since he got to the back bumper here, but he's going to drive it off into turn number 1, try to get the run, but Sam Boutwell goes to the inside line, lets Noah Brown go, lets Daniel Gore go. Into turn number 3. We're coming to the white flag here, so it's going to be, we're going to have one last ditch effort to try to do something here. Daniel Gore drives it hard through the center, but off the corner, I think, advantage Noah Brown by just a little bit, 0.3 of a second at the line. White flag here, half number 2 at Mexico City. Between these 2 Redux cars, Daniel Gore has caught Noah Brown, but can he get around him? He drives it hard into the corner, hard in the middle, but Noah Brown with the slightly better exit into the wall there. I think that might be all she wrote, unless it's a Hail Mary from the 69. It might be first win of the season for Redux. It might be first win of the season for someone who's not a Team Fenceline Motorsports car. It certainly will be. Will it be Daniel Gore? Will it be Noah Brown? It's going to be Noah Brown in the 65. They're both swinging their butts at the line there. And what a great race for Noah Brown. Daniel Gore has killed his car on the wall. Ray Bracey comes across the line in 3rd. Austin Beers 4th. Ty McIntosh 5th. And then a lot of cars behind here. Dylan Gooden beats Thomas Capuano by just ever so slightly past the line to get a 6th place. Capuano 7th. Ziegel 8th. Ty Alkus 9th. Dallas Mahan across the line in 10th position. And thankfully, we got the race in. We did not get timed out. They were able to go green there at the very end of the race. And the top 3 for Redux Racing to turn their season around.
One of these cars are not like the other.
Noah Brown doing the backwards driving here.
Oh, he killed his engine.
Let's go ahead and take a short little break here. We'll let these drivers do their thing and get settled, and we'll get your top 3 in just a moment.
Hot.
All right, welcome back here to the Autódromo Hermanos Rodríguez. We have completed half number 2 of the Mexico 200, and what a night it was. Long night for everybody. We're going to go and get your top 3 up here for some interviews, and in 3rd place, it's actually going to be an all Redux interview night for half number 2 here. There he is with the entrance noise of a lifetime. Generational. Love to hear it. Ray, I'm assuming you got a copy.
I sure do.
All right, well, interesting night for you. Interesting night for everybody. 6th place there in half number 1. 3rd place in half 2. You had some contact there with Austin Beers, but it didn't seem to harm you too much. You had a lot of speed in the car there. Talk us through your night.
Yeah. First half, I didn't feel very fast, but I was able to, for the most part, keep out of trouble. Slowly pick my way up, and just I pretty much learned the course. I kind of saw what other people were doing and applied that to myself, and it really paid off in half 2, where my telemetry was telling me I was doing like the fastest laps for a good bit of that last stint, so I felt confident. Couldn't keep it all the way up. I had to eventually lose to Daniel there near the end, but I'm really proud of that one because I did not expect to get a top 10 at all, much less top 5. So yeah, that was a really fun night. This is a really fun track. It was very different. I'm normally not a big short track guy, but that was a lot of fun. Even when I was cursing at everything when Austin spun me. Yeah, that I know he didn't mean it on purpose, but yeah, I was just one of those natural rages where he's just in the moment, all you see is red, and it's like ah. But yeah, it was a great race.
So what was the key to finding the speed there in half number 2? It seemed like track was a little bit less grippy at the start, but then everybody kind of figured it out. Maybe I'm just talking about my butthole, but there was a lot of people sliding and whatnot. So
yeah, I think this is a track. Take a grain of salt. No expert, but I feel like you really need to incorporate your rear tires more for. So like, I feel like overall I had maybe even a better pace than Noah. Or at least I was able to find a pace that was faster at one point. But I think he was scrubbing his fronts more, especially in turns 1, where you have to kind of make a pretty awkward turn in. It's like if you don't get your rears into it more, your fronts will kind of get shredded a little quickly. At least that was basically the game plan I went with, and it seemed to work for the most part. For the most part of half 2, that's basically my strategy. And other than my mix up with Austin there, it was pretty consistent. I was pretty happy with it. I'm not gonna lie, I was really defending hard with Austin because I knew if he passed me, I would just sink. So I needed to stay in front of him, and unfortunately we got tangled up. But yeah, it was all about using those rear tires, and fortunately he burned his stuff up in the later half of half 2, so I was getting some space from him there. So, but yeah, all about those rear tires. For me, that's what it felt like, and that's usually a weakness of mine. So this track really helped me improve on that.
absolutely, and we've documented the Redux struggles at the start of the season pretty well. The team fence line dominance that is now over with. A Redux 1, 2, 3 heading into another track on the service. I will say that New Jersey, which will be a race. How are we feeling about that one?
I've never tried it before, so I will need to get to practicing soon. But yeah, it's like a road course, right? Or like kind of a weird oval kind
It's
of
a road
thing.
course. It's a tech track though, so it's not actually finished.
Right. So yeah, everybody's on level playing ground, so it's for the most part. So it will be interesting. I generally do a little better on road courses than I do ovals, so maybe we'll be all right, but we'll see. I had a lot of fun tonight though. New Jersey, as as smelly as that place is, I'm sure it'll be a fun track to do.
Sure, Neil would agree with you on that one. But yeah, congrats on your 3rd place finish. Before we let you go, any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to the Redux guys. They've been really good. Teamwork wise, we've been A lot of highs and lows tonight, that's for sure. a lot of emotions were going on, and I just kind of sat in the back for the most part, just kind of watching it because I wasn't expecting to be up here. But and yet here we are. But yeah, the Redux guys, they're all cool. You know, our sister teams, if you will, of Bink and South Shore. And we didn't really team up much here, but you know, they're still great guys. And I mean, the whole league in general is great. You know, not to specify, even the people I pick on. You know, if I pick on you, especially, it means you're cool. So, shout out to my wife, who I love so dearly, who's probably very mad at me because this race took forever, or the first half did at least. Shout out to my quick shifts. I didn't do one last week. I was running short on time. Work's been crazy, but I'll try to get one for this week. I'll focus on OSCA first instead of doing the other one. So, and of course, shout out to you guys in the booth. You guys are awesome.
Well, we appreciate you taking some time to talk with us. Once again, congrats. It's fun to see you run so well out there in that beautiful paint scheme you had, and hope to be talking to you again next week.
Hell yeah. Catch y'all later.
Love that noise. Let's go ahead and get Mr. Second Place finisher Daniel Gore up here. Dan, this is Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, we've documented a little bit the Redux struggles at the start of the season, the team fence line dominance, but that is well and truly over tonight. A 1-2-3-4 Redux, and you were chasing Noah down there at the end. It was fun to watch that. I could tell that you were seeing red and smelling a little bit of blood. But tell us about your second half.
I don't even know. So much went on in the second half. Started at the very back. I think I got sent to the very back again 2 or 3 times total throughout the second half. So to even end up with an earshot, I think really shows I might have been the fastest car tonight. But I guess I'll never know. It wouldn't get well. I'd say it got rewarded, but I definitely think I could have probably won first and maybe even the second race here tonight had things gone 100%, but you can never rely on that. So
yeah, we saw a lot of struggles for everybody tonight. It was, by all accounts, a pretty messy half one and half two. We got the long green run there at the end, which I don't know, was like 20 or so laps or 30 laps or so. So if you'll call that a long run at a mile track, but you know, next week we go to Redux's bread and butter. We have a road course, a weird one, but it is a road course nonetheless. How are you looking forward to that one to continue the momentum?
I'm just looking forward to getting back to my usual.
Waffle style.
We had well, we'll see. It wasn't a good one for me in the winter series, but I think that also could have been partly to the car. I'm very much looking forward to run a stock car on a road course again, no matter how weird the track is. So you'll bet I'll probably get some practice in for that one and finally notch that first win on the board, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, it's getting late for us, so we gotta end this broadcast. I'm gonna try to do it for midnight. So any sponsors or shout outs you wanna do before we let you go?
I want to thank I think I thanked them in the first one, but my team, they really pulled out a team game in the second half when it mattered, and unfortunately Bojo got caught in the crossfire once. But it was all good. He still got the podium, and then Otai got screwed out of it, so I want to thank them. They were all super helpful. And then just anyone that might be watching on my behalf. So my sister, Sam, and Jordan. I want to thank them.
All right. Well, appreciate you talking to us, and in better circumstances than half number one. Always good to see that. But you know, maybe good win next week. We'll see.
Don't jinx me.
That'd be right. All right, go celebrate that second place, and we will probably be talking later.
Yeah.
All right. With that, let's get our winner up here. Noah came in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, I looked at the finishing positions between half 1 and 2. You got the best average finish on tonight, so you had a lot of speed out there. Just tell us about your half 2.
Name of the game was just keeping the car under me, keeping the cars behind me if I could, and trying to be nice to mostly my teammates, but really everybody. And yeah, I feel like I didn't have pace in the first half of the race. I was just kind of rolling around like, what the heck am I doing wrong? And I was just like, I'm gonna just get experimental. Just keep trying what everybody else is doing. And then that reset came about just after halfway, and I was like, okay, let's take 4 and let's roll. And at that point, it was just name of the game was just track position. So got into the lead, didn't give it up. Ray and Daniel there were gonna give me a good run for my money, but just held on to it in the end. I think lap traffic played a lot into it, so I'm just thankful I didn't get wrecked in the second half.
Yeah, and what was your kind of mentality when you saw the 69 kind of tracking you down a little bit there at the end? Were you just gonna hold your? Did you change up your style, or did you just kind of do the same thing and hope that it worked well for you?
If by style you mean quaking in my boots the whole time, no, I didn't change a thing. But really, it was just gonna be, can I keep him behind me? How close is he gonna get? Truthfully honest, if he got close to me and he was looking to pass, I would have let him go, because there was nobody out back to worry about, and I didn't have to worry about any of the other teams, so it was really a win-win either way. So, and Daniel had, in the first half, got demolished, but that's besides the point, so I was just gonna, give it to him just cause, but he didn't end up getting close enough, in my opinion, and then I just held on to it.
All right, well, from struggling at the start of the season as a team, really, to kind of ending the fence line dominance in a huge way with a 1-2-3, how are you looking forward to next week's weird road course? We're going to be New Jersey Tech Track.
Lots of practice is going to be needed, because it is a barren wasteland in the underdeveloped world of New Jersey. So we'll see how that goes. I like that track. I know there's people in my team that don't really like that track, but there's also people on my team that dominate on road courses. So we'll see how it goes. Just kind of play it by ear, I suppose.
All right, awesome. Well, before we let you go celebrate the win, any sponsors or shout-outs?
The only shout-out for tonight that I have is for Mr. Ty McIntosh making the paint tonight. He came in clutch. Boja had a lot of work going on, so I was like, hey, can anyone else do this? And he came in and he's like, I got you, and it looks amazing, and I owe a lot to him. So that's really it. Thanks to the sponsors, I guess, too.
All right, well, awesome. Go out there and celebrate that win, and be hoping to talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right, well, Carlos, that was a long one tonight. I know that you want to get the heck out of here. Any final thoughts on your part?
I really wish iRacing would optimize their stuff better.
That is a great thought. Well, real quick, let's thank the following sponsors for bringing you this season of OSCA: Rio Grande Mexican Grill, Easy Motorsports, Brickhouse Graphics, Accelerated Cloud Designs, and Binks Designs. So thank you all for making this possible. That's all we have for you guys tonight. Take care and have a good one.